Chat group. I, the god of destruction, have no taboos.
Chapter 51 Aizen vs. Uchiha Madara, Liang Bing, the game is open. The game is open. Captain of the 5th Division, Master Bai Yi, this. Seeing that both Boros and Uchiha Madara wanted to fight him, Aizen was a little confused. He couldn't help but wonder where he had provoked them. Gods of destruction Bai Yi, you saw it too. It's not that I don't agree. They all want to fight you. Captain of the 5th Division, then if I defeat them all, can I fight Master Bai Yi? Gods of destruction Bai Yi, yes, as long as you knock those two guys down. Dragon Ball World. Bai Yi lay leisurely in Marin's arms with a faint smile. This chat group is really getting more and more interesting. Marin served Bai Yi, and a white jade hand, around a crystal grape, stepped to Bai Yi's mouth. Bai Yi ate the grape together with his fingers, making Marin's pretty face blush. Captain of the 5th Division, before challenging Lord Bai Yi, do you need to obtain the qualification to challenge? I see, I understand. Quote, Captain of the 5th Division, in that case, come on, both of you, let's fight. Quote, Captain of the 5th Division, I am also curious about the strength of the strong in the world. Quote, ding. The captain of the 5th Division of the group member entered the arena. Closing square bracket. In the arena, along with the virtual incarnation of Aizen, Aizen's true appearance also appeared in everyone's mind. Brown short hair, brown eyes, wearing a black and white death suit, wearing black framed glasses. At Aizen's waist, this light green Zanpakuto with 10 hilts is the Kyoka Suigetsu. If you only look at his appearance, you will definitely think that Aizen is just a gentle and kind uncle. Su Xiaoxiao. Sure enough, there is no difference from the image in the anime, just a real person. Quote, Da Qin Zulong, little girl, how strong is Mr. Aizen? Quote, Su Xiaoxiao, top 3 in the chat group. Quote, Yotani Miko, wow, Mr. Aizen looks like a gentle uncle, didn't you expect him to be so powerful? Quote, Super invincible beauty, Aqua, huh, top 3 in the chat group. Mortal, where did you put this goddess? This goddess is very strong. Quote, Su Xiaoxiao. Quote, Su Xiaoxiao, there is actually a mentally retarded goddess in the chat group. Quote, Su Xiaoxiao was shocked. Su Xiaoxiao, at super invincible beautiful. Aqua, goddess, I'll give you half of my 100,000 points in the horror world of Su. Quote, Super invincible beautiful. Aqua, bastard, do you think this goddess is an idiot? Quote, Su Xiaoxiao, you didn't fall for it. Impossible. Could it be Aqua in the parallel world? No wonder her IQ has increased. Quote, Su Xiaoxiao expressed regret for not being able to trick Aqua. Super invincible beautiful. Aqua, bastard, this goddess is not an idiot. Quote, all of them wanted to trick her, and she was about to be pissed off by these guys. Konoha Dance King, top 3 in the chat group. Humph, I don't accept it. Quote, Universe Overlord Boros, Uchiha Madara, that new guy wants to take your 3rd place, go and beat him up. Quote, Konoha Dance King, I know it without you telling me. Quote, ding. Group member Konoha Dance King enters the arena. Closing square bracket. At this time, in the arena, Madara's virtual incarnation instantly descended. At this time, Madara's eyes had already turned into Samsara eyes. In the real world of Naruto, Madara also took back his eyes from Nagato. Whether in reality or in virtuality, Madara was already at his peak state at this time, and was only one step away from the 6 Paths Sage. Boom! A huge sound came. The projection on the arena has undergone earth-shaking changes. A huge arena of nearly 10,000 square meters has been formed. On the field, Mr. Madara and Aizen stand opposite each other. And everyone in the chat group's eyes are all on the two of them. Keisha is a bitch, damn. This chat group is so advanced. It even has the function of virtual avatar. Quote, Dakin Zulong, come on, Mr. Madara, don't lose to the newcomer. Quote, Yotani Miko, come on, both of you. Quote, Universe Overlord Boros, come on, you two, win the 3rd place. Quote, Universe Overlord Boros, forget it, it's boring to watch here, it's more fun to watch directly on the field. Quote, ding. Group member Universe Overlord Boros enters the group chat. Closing square bracket. With a buzzing sound, the projection avatar of Boros also appeared on the field. He stood aside with his arms around his chest and looked at Mr. Madara and Aizen quietly. That posture is so pretentious, no wonder he was beaten by the bald devil in the original book. Keisha is a bitch. At Konoha Dance King, at 5th Squad Captain, you two don't fight yet, wait for me to open the market first. Quote, Keisha is a bitch. At all members, open the market. The odds are 1 to 1, who wants to bet? I'm the banker. Quote, Dakin Zulong, ha ha ha, the new group member is really interesting, I bet 100,000 points, and Uncle Madara wins. Quote, His Majesty Zulong also showed some interest and joined in. Yatsuya Miko, I bet Uncle Madara and Boss Aizen 10,000 points each. Quote, Miko chose not to offend anyone. Super Invincible Beauty, Aqua, 300,000 points, this goddess is all in. Uchiha Madara wins. Quote, Universe Overlord Boros, interesting, I'll play with you too, 500,000 points, Uchiha Madara wins. Quote, Universe Overlord Boros, at Konoha Dance King, I've placed a heavy bet on you, you lose. Quote, Konoha Dance King, humph. Who do you think I am? I'm Uchiha Madara. Quote, Konoha Dance King, at Keisha is a bitch, 300,000 points, I win. Quote, Uncle Ban is extremely confident in his own strength and also chose to go all in, 300,000 points is all his current points balance. 610, Captain of the 5th Division, interesting, 300,000 points, I win. Quote, Aizen also sold a lot of things just now. Su Xiaoxiao, at Yotani Miko, Miko-san, can I borrow some points? I'll return them to you later. Seeing that the Demon Queen had opened the market, Su Xiaoxiao was extremely envious. Others in the group chat may not know, but she knows Aizen's strength very well. In this battle, if Uchiha Madara had not become the Six Paths Sage, there would be no comparison. Even if Madara had the Samsara Eye, it would be the same. Aizen would definitely win. Therefore, Su Xiaoxiao, who knew the result of the battle, immediately chose to borrow points. Of all the people in the group chat, Su Xiaoxiao thought about it and only Bai Yi and Yatsuya Miko were the most suitable. But Bai Yi was a funny person who was unpredictable, so Su Xiaoxiao didn't choose Yatsuya Miko. Yatsuya Miko, Su Xiaoxiao, do you want to borrow points? How many? Quote, Miko didn't think too much, and with her personality, she didn't want to refuse at all. Su Xiaoxiao, I told you that you don't have to call me boss. I want to borrow 100,000 points, classmate Miko, do you have enough points? If not, 10,000 points. Group, Yatsuya Miko, enough. Quote, ding. Group member Yatsuya Miko sent Su Xiaoxiao a red envelope with points. Closing square bracket. The red envelope has been received. Closing square bracket. Su Xiaoxiao, at Keisha is a bitch, 100,000 points, Aizen wins. Chapter 52 Liang Bing, damn. Don't kiss me. Keisha is a bitch, okay. Quote, in the super god world, Liang Bing was so happy. She didn't expect so many people to bet. But looking at the gentle and polite Uncle Aizen in the arena, Liang Bing couldn't help but worry whether this guy could do it. If he loses, won't I lose everything? Damn. Quote, thinking of this, Liang Bing immediately decided to get a sponsor for herself. Keisha is a bitch, at Gods of Destruction Bai Yi, male god, do you want to bet? I think that Aizen is very strong. Do you want to consider betting on him? Quote, Gods of Destruction Bai Yi, are you sure? Quote, in the Dragon Ball world. Bai Yi also became interested. Keisha is a bitch, of course, I think that Aizen is still very strong. Do you want to bet 1 million points or something? Quote, obviously, Liang Bing didn't know who was stronger between Aizen and Uchiha Madara on the field. But subconsciously, she still thinks that the old man Madara, who looks at people with his chin, looks stronger. After all, Captain Aizen at this stage is too deceptive. Therefore, Liang Bing immediately wanted to trick Bai Yi into betting on Aizen. If Uchiha Madara really wins, she will not lose too much with Bai Yi's 1 million points as a guarantee. Gods of Destruction Bai Yi, interesting, since you said so. Quote, Gods of Destruction Bai Yi, 5 million points, Aizen wins. Keisha is a bitch, Fuck. Chatting crowd. Keisha is a bitch, the male god is really generous. I like handsome and generous male gods like you. Keisha is a bitch, at Konoha Dance King, give it some power. Beat the uncle on the opposite side, but don't lose. My happy life depends on you. Keisha is a bitch, no, it's not fun enough to watch here, I have to go down myself. Ding. Group member Keisha is a bitch enters the arena. Close black lens bracket. Well, I can only say that it is really worthy of Liang Bing. The dealer personally came down to the field to act as a referee. With a buzzing sound, Liang Bing's figure also appeared in the arena. At this time, she was in the image of a devil, with long black hair scattered behind her back, pointed ears, ice blue irises, and amber pupils. A black deep V leather jacket, long stockings, and high-heeled leather boots. This outfit is simply extremely enchanting. Liang Bing's appearance is extremely beautiful, and her body proportions are extremely exaggerated, even perfect. This kind of body and appearance are simply not something that humans can have. This guy even has the greatest evil in the universe. Damn. This arena is so real, it's obviously a virtual incarnation, and it's the same as the real thing when you step on the ground. Liang Bing's virtual incarnation just came up and burst out a swear word. Everyone in the chat group was speechless. This guy, who looks like a goddess, how can he be so rude? Hey, Uchiha Madara, don't play a fake match. Beat that uncle. If you lose, my pants will be broken. Quote. Liang Bing sat in the automatically generated audience seats in the arena, crossed her legs, and cheered for Madara. In the Dragon Ball world, Bai Yi was a little interested when he saw this scene. He had an idea. Bai Yi's virtual avatar also appeared in the arena and sat next to Liang Bing. Damn, male god, why didn't you tell me you were here? You scared me. Quote. Seeing Bai Yi suddenly appear, Liang Bing was really scared and raised her jade hand to pat Bai Yi. I have to say, male god, your face is really handsome. Quote. Liang Bing's long legs suddenly rested on Bai Yi's legs, and her index finger lifted Bai Yi's chin, and her amber eyes stared at Bai Yi. Oh my god, you have abdominal muscles. Liang Bing suddenly touched Bai Yi's abdominal muscles. My god, I'll give you a chance. Are you interested in being my queen's concubine? Liang Bing lifted Bai Yi's chin and said jokingly. As a virgin for thousands of years, she naturally didn't have any concubines. She just wanted to tease Bai Yi because he was handsome. Bai Yi was indeed very handsome, especially even at such a close distance. Liang Bing couldn't see any blind spots at all. To be honest, Liang Bing felt that the so-called male gods in their super god universe were not good enough compared to Bai Yi. He was completely turned into scum in seconds. Moreover, the faint sense of evil on Bai Yi's face particularly attracted Liang Bing. Liang Bing even felt that this guy was more like a devil than herself. It seems that you really don't know how to put on makeup. Quote. Bai Yi grabbed Liang Bing's index finger and said lightly, the image of a devil doesn't suit you. You look better as a human. Quote. Hearing this, Liang Bing withdrew her index finger and said, I understand. Who do you think you are to me? I can put on makeup however I want, and you have no right to control me. Quote. Liang Bing was a little angry when Bai Yi complained about her makeup skills, and turned her head aside. You talk to your creditor in this tone. Bai Yi smiled playfully, playing with Liang Bing's long legs on him. Although it is a virtual incarnation and has no sense of touch, it is not bad. Creditor. Damn, it's still unclear who will win or lose between those two guys. Quote. Liang Bing didn't care that Bai Yi touched her legs. After all, it was a virtual avatar, so she didn't feel anything. At most, Liang Bing's face was a little red in the real world. Really? Then just watch. Bai Yi hugged Liang Bing's slender waist and leaned her body against his, causing the latter to roll her eyes at him. Damn, you are really unscrupulous. How can you hug someone's waist when you just meet? Liang Bing rolled her eyes and complained. Have some manners. You are like this, which makes me less desire for you. Bai Yi pinched Liang Bing's chin and said. Quote. Damn, I knew you were really plotting against me. Liang Bing angrily slapped Bai Yi's hand away. Buzz tilde. Bai Yi waved his hand. A purple protective shield slowly surrounded the two of them. Asshole. It's okay to touch me, but don't kiss me. Damn it. This is my first kiss. Quote, it's okay, I did it just now. Quote, exclamation mark. 501. Quote, virtual incarnation, what are you afraid of? Quote, I'm losing a lot. Quote, it's different from the affection between Bai Yi and Liang Bing in the audience. At this time in the arena, Uncle Ban and Aizen confronted each other. Hey, newcomer, don't say I don't give you a chance. I'll let you make the first move. Uncle Ban looked at people with his chin and said arrogantly. Really? Then I won't be polite. Aizen smiled, took off the black-framed glasses with no degree, and lifted the seal. He used his hand to comb his hair upwards, and a strand of hair fell in front of his forehead. Soon, a brand new handsome guy appeared in front of everyone. Uncle Madara saw this, still looking at people with his chin, snorted coldly, and looked disdainful. HMPH. What is this, King Zhao? Hair cream hand. Madara sneered. Aizen just smiled faintly and pulled out the Zanpakuto from his waist. Break it, mirror flower and water moon. Quote, swish. The powerful spiritual pressure burst out and the floor shattered. Captain Aizen went up. Swish. The next second, without any signs, Madara was killed in seconds. Yes, before Madara could react. In just a moment, Uchiha Madara was cut in half by Aizen's Zanpakuto. The two halves of the body fell directly into the endless abyss under the arena. Seeing this scene, everyone in the chat group was shocked. Universe Overlord Boros, fuck. Uchiha Madara, what the hell are you doing? How come you were killed in an instant? Quote, Konoha Dance King, it was just an accident. This venue is too small. I can't perform. Quote, Universe Overlord Boros. Quote, Konoha Dance King, this floor is really slippery. Quote, Universe Overlord Boros, damn it. You bastard, are you playing a fake game? Chapter 53 Mirror Flowers and Water Moons, Liang Bing, if I don't have money, I can only pay with that. Boros obviously didn't believe what Madara said. After all, with Aizen's speed just now, Madara could definitely dodge it. However, that bastard didn't even dodge, and was directly cut into two pieces. Boros has reason to doubt. Did Madara collude with Aizen to fake it here? Universe Overlord Boros, at Konoha Dance King, you bastard. What the hell are you hitting? Give me back my money. Quote, Dakan Zulong, I'm really surprised. I didn't expect Madara to be no match. Quote, Dakan Zulong, now the newcomers in the chat group are really getting more and more terrifying. Quote, Yatsuya Miko, +1. Quote, Su Xiaoxiao, as expected, after all, his opponent is the #1 villain in the world of death. Quote, Super Invincible Beauty, Aqua, at Konoha Dance King, this goddess is all in, what the hell are you hitting? RNM, give me back. Quote, Aqua is so angry, she just put all her points into it. And now, it's all gone. Muya Dance King, Muya Dance King, I have tried my best. If you want to return the money, go to the new queen. Don't come to me, I don't have money. Muya Dance King, although I don't want to admit it, I lost, and I have nothing to say. Quote, Muya Dance King, at Captain of the 5th Division, newcomer, I have 583 remembered your name. You are very strong, and I don't lose unfairly, because my eyes can't even see when you cast an illusion. Quote, Captain of the 5th Division, you are really a master. You discovered my illusion in the first fight. Quote, on the field, Aizen smiled slightly. At this time, he combed his hair up, and his temperament was completely different from before. If he was a gentle and kind uncle before, then at this moment, he is the villain of the Death God realm who ignores everyone. Konoha Dance King, what's the name of your illusion? Quote, Captain of the 5th Division, Mirror Flower and Water Moon, it is also the name of my Zanpakuto. King of Konoha Dance King, Mirror Flower and Water Moon, I remember it. I didn't expect that you used a sword as a medium to perform illusions. Quote, Captain of the 5th Division, you were able to discover the peculiarity of my sword in the first fight, Uchiha Madara, you are not simple. King of Konoha Dance King, my eyes are called Samsara eyes, which can see through all illusions in the world. Quote, Captain of the 5th Division, really? It's a pity that the opponent I want to challenge now is Lord Bai Yi. Otherwise, I would like to have another serious battle with you. Quote, Aizen actually knew that the reason why he won so easily just now was because Uchiha Madara was not well prepared, or it might be that Madara was too arrogant and didn't take him seriously. However, even if Madara used all his strength to fight him again, the battle might be a little tense. But he will definitely be the winner in the end. This is Aizen's absolute confidence in himself and his Zanpakuto, Mirror Flower and Water Moon. Konoha Dance King, Humph. I admit that I underestimated you this time, but next time, I will never fail. Quote, Universe Overlord Boros, Uchiha Madara, the floor is not slippery. Quote, Konoha Dance King, get out. His next opponent is you, you'd better not fall over, his sword is not simple. Quote, Universe Overlord Boros, do you think I am you? I am the overlord of the universe. Quote, at this time, in the arena, Liang Bing, who was dizzy from Bai Yi's kiss, finally broke free from Bai Yi's arms. However, when she learned about the news that Madara was killed in seconds in the chat group, she was immediately stunned. Damn, didn't the guy who looked at people with his chin just now look pretty awesome? How come he was killed instantly? That guy is playing a fake match. Fuck, that means I owe this Gods of Destruction 5 million points now. I'm really fucked. Liang Bing gritted her teeth, she was dumbfounded. So, 5 million points, have you thought about how to pay it back? Quote, Bai Yi leaned lazily on the chair, still playing with Liang Bing's long legs in his hands, and said lightly. My god, did you know that Aizen would win? Liang Bing asked. Bai Yi nodded. How did Aizen win? Liang Bing asked in confusion. She had seen the video of Madara's battle. So, she really couldn't believe that Madara, who was enough to be called a super strong man in the super god world, was killed so easily by Aizen. You can ask that Su Xiaoxiao, I'm too lazy to explain. Bai Yi said, and looked at the arena with a lazy look. Damn, Liang Bing patted Bai Yi's thigh, and had a certain understanding of this man's character. It can be said that this man standing at the top of the universe, no matter when, is completely a fun-loving person. As long as it is something he is not interested in, he doesn't care at all. Liang Bing had no choice but to ask Su Xiaoxiao in the chat group. At the same time, she also settled all the accounts for the previous guessing. Most of the people in the group, except Su Xiaoxiao who bet on Aizen 100,000 points, Aizen himself bet on himself 300,000 points, and Yatsuya Miko who both bet on 10,000 points, bet on Uchiha Madara. Therefore, after the settlement, Liang Bing found that she had earned hundreds of thousands of points. Of course, the reason why she was able to calculate this result was that she excluded the 5 million points that Bai Yi bet on Aizen. Anyway, Bai Yi is now her biggest creditor, and he has kissed and touched him. Then it should be reasonable to keep the 5 million points as a debt or not pay them back, right? If it doesn't work, just write a letter. Liang Bing looked at the man who was touching her legs and thought to herself. Of course, she didn't forget to ask Su Xiaoxiao in the chat group. After all, how did Aizen win just now? Liang Bing was really curious. Keisha is a bitch. At Su Xiaoxiao, how did Uchiha Madara lose just now? Quote, Dakan Zulong, +1, I am also curious. Quote, Yotani Miko, +1. Quote, Su Xiaoxiao, the reason why Madara lost was that he was not prepared, and on the other hand, he saw the first release of that Zanpakuto. Single quote. In the world of horror resurrection, Su Xiaoxiao got 100,000 points for nothing. She was in a good mood and explained it to everyone in the chat group for free. Dakan Zulong, first release. What does this mean? Quote, His Majesty Zulong was extremely curious. Su Xiaoxiao, Mirror Flower Water Moon is the name of the Zanpakuto in the hands of Master Aizen. At the same time, he can use that sword to perform a powerful illusion. Anyone who sees the first release of that sword will be hit, and those who have seen it will be in a completely hypnotic state forever. Quote, Su Xiaoxiao, it is precisely for this reason that Master Madara was hit by Master Aizen's illusion and was defeated afterwards. Quote, Konoha Dance King, I see, so, am I completely in a hypnotic state now? Quote, Su Xiaoxiao, yes, Master Madara, unless you become the Sage of Six Paths or have a deeper understanding of illusion, you will never be a match for Master Aizen. Konoha Dance King, ha ha ha. Interesting. There are such interesting things in the world. Chapter 54 When did you have the illusion that I didn't use mirror flower and water moon? Captain of the 5th Division, interesting, you even know the Shikai of my Zanpakuto, Su Xiaoxiao, you are really extraordinary. Quote, Su Xiaoxiao, I am honored to be praised by Master Aizen. Quote, Dakan Zulong, Miss Su Xiaoxiao, what is the meaning of this technique? Quote, Su Xiaoxiao, Master Aizen, can you tell me this? Quote, Captain of the 5th Division, yes. Quote, in the arena, Aizen smiled slightly and did not stop Su Xiaoxiao from saying her own technique. Because he is absolutely confident in his own strength. Aizen is such a person who is absolutely confident and conceited. The reason why Aizen is so powerful is not because of his mirror flower and water moon, but because he is Aizen. Universe Overlord Boros, at Su Xiaoxiao, shut up, human girl, I don't need to know this kind of information. Universe Overlord Boros, unknown battles are more interesting, aren't they? Konoha Dance King, ha ha ha. Boros, I didn't misjudge you. Captain of the 5th Division, interesting. You are indeed a group of interesting guys from the 10,000 worlds. Aizen now likes this group chat a little bit. As expected, compared to the lifeless death realm, the 10,000 worlds are more interesting. At least here, he can find some very interesting strong people. They are also enough to make him take them seriously. Konoha Dance King, Boros, although you don't want to know the information about Mirror Flower Water Moon, I still want to remind you that it's useless even if you know the weakness of Mirror Flower Water Moon now, because when you saw the initial release of Mirror Flower Water Moon just now, you were already hit. Quote, Konoha Dance King, that is to say, now you, like me, will be permanently in the hypnotic state of Mirror Flower Water Moon. Quote, Dakan Zulong, there is such an illusion in the world. Boss Aizen, is what Mr. Madara said true? Quote, Captain of the 5th Division, he is right. Quote, super invincible and beautiful Aqua, huh. Just now, this goddess also saw it in the group live broadcast, which means that this goddess is also hypnotized now. Quote, Captain of the 5th Division, yes, now in the chat group, except for Lord Baiyi and the new queen, everyone has been hit by my Mirror Flower Water Moon. Single quote, Captain of the 5th Division, of course, there is also Su Xiaoxiao who knows my Battle Soul Sword technique, she may also take precautions. Quote, Su Xiaoxiao, I closed my eyes just now, so I didn't get hit, but they all did. Quote, Yotani Miko, hey hey. Quote, Dakan Zulong. Quote, His Majesty Zulong was dumbfounded. No, he was just watching a group live broadcast, how come he got hit? Who the hell did I offend? Are all the newcomers so outrageous now? Universe Overlord Boros, haha, I see, so I was also hit by the illusion. Quote, Universe Overlord Boros, but, so what? Quote, Universe Overlord Boros, at Captain of the 5th Division, come and fight, don't waste time. Quote, Arena. Boros and Aizen's consciousness left the group chat at the same time and came to the battlefield. At this time, boom. Accompanied by the aura of the two, the huge arena also underwent earth-shaking changes. The empty arena with a radius of 10,000 meters just now disappeared, replaced by an endless flat land. On the ground, various towering mountains appeared. One by one, virtual buildings also came into everyone's eyes. Old rules, you are a newcomer, I can give you a chance to attack. Quote, Boros stood on the ground, his hands around his chest, and said lightly. Quote, Quote, Aizen held the Kyoka Shueyu of Shikai in his hand, smiled slightly, and did not comment. My spiritual power tells me that you are an extremely dangerous strong man. Quote, Aizen said with a smile. So, I will do my best, Boros. Quote, Swish. Aizen's words had just fallen. He burst out like a missile. It was only a millisecond. He had already arrived in front of Boros, and the Zanpakuto in his hand fiercely cut Boros in the waist. Choke. The terrifying and powerful spiritual pressure burst out instantly. However, even if Jinghua Shueyu slashed at Boros fiercely, it could not do anything to Boros. That guy's body is even harder than the hardest steel in the universe. Bang. Boros came back to his senses from Jinghua Shueyu's state and hit Aizen fiercely. Boom. The powerful fist wind was overwhelming, and Aizen was blown away with one punch, and the mountain behind him was also smashed into pieces. Aizen, I admit that your illusion is excellent. Even I didn't react just now. Quote, but unfortunately, in the face of absolutely powerful strength, any illusion is ineffective. Boros still crossed his arms and said coldly. From the test just now, Boros already knew the strength of Aizen. Not as good as him. Although Aizen's mirror flower and water moon are excellent, they can't break his defense. It's unbelievable that there is such a hard body in the world, even my Zanpakuto can't do anything. Quote, Aizen stood up from the ground and patted the dust off his shoulders. In terms of physical strength and power, I am indeed not as good as you, but when did you have the illusion that I did not use the mirror flower and water moon? Quote, Aizen smiled slightly. The next second, in Boros's shocked eyes, another, Aizen, suddenly appeared behind him. The Zanpakuto flashed a dazzling light, carrying a powerful and terrifying spiritual pressure. He slashed at Boros in the waist. Clang! Boros' figure flew backwards in an instant, sliding on the ground for hundreds of meters before stopping. Damn, you guys, you really have annoying abilities. Quote, Boros stood up from the ground and said angrily. Just now Aizen's sword still couldn't break his defense. But this ability called, Mirror Flower Water Moon, is really a headache. Because you have no way of knowing whether Aizen used Mirror Flower Water Moon during the battle. You also can't know whether the Aizen in front of you is real or fake. Even if you are hit by this technique, Aizen's figure may appear in the surrounding air and sand. This is the first illusion in the world of death that controls the enemy's 5 senses, Mirror Flower Water Moon. Still no effect. Quote, the two Aizens muttered to themselves at the same time, and the Zanpakuto in their hands once again posed for a chop. Then try this trick. Quote, Kido, Hado number 63, Thunder Roar Cannon. Quote, as Aizen chanted, Zzz. A dazzling flash of lightning appeared in an instant. The powerful and terrifying golden lightning blasted and instantly blasted towards Boros in front of him. Crack, crack, boom. The powerful and terrifying lightning blast shattered everything within a kilometer radius. Being hit by the mirror flower and water moon, Boros could not dodge and could only take the beating unilaterally. Therefore, he directly used his body to resist Aizen's attack. Wait until the smoke and dust cleared. The suppression armor on Boros was broken a little, but he was still unscathed. There is such a thing. Quote, for the first time, Aizen's face showed a surprised expression. Kido Black Coffin. Quote, Kido 5 Dragons Rebirth. Quote, Kido Bend Light. Quote, Captain Aizen continued to exert his strength. At this moment, he had not yet mastered the power of the Hogyoku, so he could only use his most powerful attack method, Kido, to fight Boros. And under the situation of being hit by the mirror flower and water moon, Boros also welcomed all the incoming spiritual pressure energy. Finally, boom, the smoke and dust dissipated again, adhering to the law of smoke without injury. Boros's armor finally broke, but he was still unscathed. Chat group. Konoha Dance King, Boros, you are so tanky. How many attacks did you withstand? Quote, Dakan Zulong, Boss Boros is really tanky, I admire you. Quote, Yatsuya Miko, both bosses are so scary. Especially Boss Aizen, I always feel that Boss Aizen is using mirror flower water all the time. Newbie Ceci Cent L, JPG, Super Invincible Beauty, Aqua, Tisk. Just average, not as good as this goddess. Quote, Konoha Dance King, you idiot goddess, you really have no sense at all. Quote, Dakan Zulong, ha ha ha, I agree. Quote, Su Xiao, +1. Quote, Yatsuya Miko, Miss, the two bosses are so scary. Especially Boss Aizen, I always feel that Boss Aizen is using mirror flower water all the time. Newbie Ceci Cent L, JPG. Super Invincible Beauty, Aqua, Tisk, just average, not as good as this goddess. Quote, Konoha Dance King, you idiot goddess, you really have no sense at all. Quote, Dakan Zulong, ha ha ha, I agree. Quote, Su Xiao, +1. Quote, Yatsuya Miko, young lady, the two bosses are so scary. Who will win? Quote, since Su Xiao asked Yatsuya Miko not to call her, Big Brother, Miko changed her name for Su Xiaoxiao. From Big Brother to Sister. Because Su Xiaoxiao is a queen, she is a few years older than Yotsuya Miko. Su Xiaoxiao. In fact, the result of the battle is obvious. Although Boros is indeed under the illusion, as he said, in the face of absolute power, any illusion is ineffective. Quote, Su Xiaoxiao. So, in this battle, Aizen has already lost. Quote, Yotsuya Miko, but isn't the battle not over yet? Quote, Su Xiaoxiao. You are all under the illusion. From my perspective, the battle is actually over. Quote, Dakan Zulong. Quote, Konoha Dance King. Quote, Super Beautiful. Aqua. Quote, Yotani Miko. Hey. Quote, all the group members were stunned. No, it seems that the battle scenes they just saw were all fake. Fuck. Who did they offend? They can't even be a spectator. The trick of Mirror Flower and Water Moon is too terrifying. Ying Zheng and other group members who were hit by the illusion couldn't help but tremble. Now Aizen has been listed as the second most dangerous person in the group chat. It's really terrible to be with such a person. What if he suddenly gives you a Mirror Flower and Water Moon? You won't know how you died. Audience seats. Bai Yi and Liang Bing were still sitting in their seats, flirting with each other. I'll go to the Super God world to find you later. Quote, Bai Yi looked at the battle in the arena, played with Liang Bing's long legs, and said lightly, please give me flowers. Damn, it's not enough to touch me in the virtual projection. You still want to eat me in the real world. Liang Bing patted Bai Yi's thigh. I'm your creditor now, you should think about how to pay me back later. Bai Yi pinched Liang Bing's chin and said with a smile, this demon queen now owes him 5 million points. It's only natural to pay back debts. Bai Yi won't do that because this woman has all the greatest evil in the universe will let her go. Fuck. We kissed each other, and you took away my first kiss that I have kept for tens of thousands of years. Can't I mortgage the 5 million points? Quote, Liang Bing said unhappily. If you want to mortgage, then you have to see how much fun you can bring me later. Bai Yi didn't buy her tricks at all. Damn man, I know you stinky men like to get away with it. Quote, Liang Bing was extremely depressed. Suddenly, she turned her head to look at Bai Yi, and said sullenly, you can have fun with me, but I have a condition, you have to help me kill that bitch Kesha. Quote, you are not qualified to negotiate with me now. Bai Yi said. Damn. Quote, arena. The battle was coming to an end. Under the condition of being hit by the Mirror Flower and Water Moon, Boros could not avoid Aizen's attack at all. However, after the suppression armor on his body was finally completely broken by Aizen, Boros, who had been beaten and could not find the target, was also angry and used the stun. Aizen, I admit that your illusion is very powerful. I really can't identify your true position. Quote, but so what? I just want to destroy this place and the entire arena. Quote, 0. I don't believe you can still escape. Quote, Boros roared, and at this moment, he had completely entered the energy dissolution form. In this state, his energy reached a peak. Boom. The terrifying energy arrogance gushed out of his body continuously. Such a terrifying energy aura even suppressed the space in the entire arena to tremble. Boros's perception ability was maximized. At this moment, he was like opening his eyes, and instantly locked onto Aizen's true position. Then, I found you. Quote, crashing star roaring cannon. Quote, Boros roared, and the terrifying energy cannon instantly burst out of his body. The powerful air wave was overwhelming, bombing the entire arena into pieces. Facing the terrifying energy cannon, Aizen's eyes suddenly shrank. He wanted to escape immediately, but it was too late. In the end, Aizen's virtual incarnation turned into ashes in the vast energy wave. So far, the battle is over. At the same time, in the Death Realm, Aizen held his forehead and took off the black framed glasses on his nose. Interesting. Quote, this chat group is really interesting. Ha 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 ha. Quote, the defeated Aizen not only did not feel lost, but laughed too much. Ichimaru Jin on the side thought that Aizen had gone crazy. Boros, and Uchiha Madara, you two are very strong, I will remember you. Quote, I didn't expect that guy to use that method to unlock the Mirror Flower and Water Moon. Aizen murmured to himself, although the Mirror Flower and Water Moon are powerful, they are not invincible and have shortcomings. If the opponent cannot see or does not see the moment when the mirror flower and water moon are released during the use of the mirror flower and water moon, the hypnotic effect cannot be produced. Therefore, the blind will not be hit, and those with closed eyes will not be hit. In addition, there is also a way to avoid the ability of the mirror flower and water moon. That is, before launching the complete hypnosis, touch the blade of the mirror flower and water moon, and you can avoid the launch of the mirror flower and water moon. However, in today's battle, Aizen saw another way to unlock the mirror flower and water moon, which is to break all methods with absolute strength. Boros defeated him in this way, so Aizen was very surprised. Enter the chat group. Captain of the 5th Division, at Universe Overlord Boros, you are very strong. I lost, but you are still the first person to unlock my mirror flower and water moon. Universe Overlord Boros, I admit that your illusion is indeed powerful, but in front of a real strong man, any illusion is a hypocritical means. You who rely too much on illusions cannot become a real strong man. Captain of the 5th Division, I have learned a lesson. Captain of the 5th Division, I haven't fused the Collapse Jade yet. When I fusion the Collapse Jade, I will fight with you again. I hope you don't refuse. Cherish the current Captain Aizen, at least you can use the mirror flower and water moon to deceive you. Wait until Captain Aizen fusions the Collapse Jade in the future. Mirror flower and water moon. What is it? I don't know. Is it useful to have Collapse Jade? Don't call me again with the mirror flower and water moon, I'm afraid that Collapse Jade will misunderstand. The first defeat of the mirror flower and water moon made Aizen firm in his determination to fusion the Collapse Jade. Chapter 55 Must Order Chapter Sign into the Super God World. Liang Bing was killed by a single player offline. Chat Group. Universe Overlord Boros, you are welcome anytime. I will take the second place in the chat group. Quote, Boros is extremely confident and accepts all future challenges from Aizen. Anyway, he will never allow anyone to shake the second place in the chat group. Captain of the 5th Division, haha, so, am I the third in the chat group? Quote, Konoha Dance King, HMPH. You are talking too early. When I absorb all the tailed beasts and become the 6 Paths Sage, I will take the third place back as soon as possible. Quote, Captain of the 5th Division, interesting, then I will wait for you in the third place, Uchiha Madara. Quote, Dakin Zulong, there are many strong people in the group. It seems that I still have to work hard. Quote, His Majesty Zulong has the motivation to make progress again. Super invincible beauty. Aqua. Hey, hey, hey. Have you bastards forgotten this goddess? This goddess is the second in this chat group. This goddess is very strong. Quote, Captain of the 5th Division, oh. You are also a strong person. Quote, Universe Overlord Boros, don't worry about her, she is an idiot. Quote, King of Konoha, don't worry about her, she is an idiot. Quote, Qin Zulong, don't worry about her, she is an idiot. Quote, Su Xiaoxiao, +1. Quote, Yotani Miko, haha. Quote, Super invincible beauty, Aqua, bastard. Quote, Captain of the 5th Division, at Gods of Destruction Bai Yi, Lord Bai Yi, I lost, unfortunately, I did not get the right to fight you. Single quote, Captain of the 5th Division, this is the permission to travel through the world of the God of Death where I am, please accept it. Quote, Ding. The captain of the 5th Division of the group member handed over the permission for Gods of Destruction Bai Yi to cross into the world of the God of Death. Closing square bracket. Dear Gods of Destruction Bai Yi, you can now cross into the world of the God of Death. Closing square bracket. Gods of Destruction Bai Yi, this is the 1 million points you deserve. Quote, Bai Yi also withdrew his virtual incarnation after the battle. His consciousness, 533, entered the chat group and sent a red envelope of 1 million points to Aizen. Captain of the 5th Division, in that case, I will be disrespectful and thank you, Lord Bai Yi. Quote, 1 million points is also a good amount for Aizen now. System, strengthen. Quote, in the Death God world, he received 1 million points from Bai Yi, plus 300,000 from the previous sale, and 300,000 from the guessing. A total of 1.6 million points. Enough for Aizen to upgrade his entire body. Soon. With a buzz. When a bright light faded away, Aizen could clearly feel that his strength had been greatly enhanced. The spiritual pressure strength was several times that of before. The points in this chat group actually have such a powerful effect. Quote, "It seems that my plan should be advanced." Quote, "I don't know if those big hollows in Hueco Mundo can be sold. With the strength of those guys, they should be able to sell for a good price." Quote, Aizen put on his black-framed glasses again and turned back into the gentle uncle he was before. Ichimaru Jin, who was supervising on the side, looked at the changes in Aizen and was secretly shocked. For some reason, he always felt that Aizen had become stronger. Aizen now gave him a more terrifying feeling than before. Damn, this guy. Ichimaru Jin gritted his teeth secretly. And Aizen saw all this, and a deep cold light flashed in his eyes under the black-framed glasses. Chat group. Captain of the 5th Division, Lord Baiyi, I wonder if I will have the opportunity to fight you in the future. Quote, Aizen still has some thoughts about Baiyi's terrifying strength. Obviously, in the chat group, Aizen is most interested in not Uchiha Madara and Boros, but the most powerful Baiyi. Gods of Destruction Baiyi, okay, as long as you successfully kill that guy Boros, I can give you a chance to challenge me. Baiyi is a fun-loving person who puts fun first. As long as he finds something interesting, he will not refuse it no matter who it is. Captain of the 5th Division, it's an honor, Lord Baiyi, I can assure you that one day, I will definitely kill that guy. Konoha Dance King, ha ha ha. I am dying of laughter, what is this? Conspiring in front of others. Quote, Konoha Dance King, hey, hey, hey. Boros, did you see that? Aizen is going to kill you. Are you ready? Don't get killed. Ha ha ha. Quote, Universe Overlord Boros, humph. Come on, I will never regard anyone who loses to me as an opponent. I will leave you far behind until you are out of reach. Quote, Chin Zulong, is this quote by Boros so pretentious? Quote, Yatsuya Miko, Boros is so domineering. Quote, Su Xiaoxiao, Emperor Huang Tian, I will pay the copyright fee. Quote, Chin Zulong, who is Emperor Huang Tian? Quote, Su Xiaoxiao, Your Majesty Zulong, don't worry about it. I'm just complaining. Quote, Keisha is a bitch. At Gods of Destruction Baiyi, my man, are you coming or not? If not, I'll go to bed. Gods of Destruction Baiyi, okay, since you can't wait, I'll come now. Super beautiful. Aqua. Dakan Zulong. Yotani Miko. Konoha Dance King, what's going on? Universe Overlord Boros, Lord Baiyi, are you going to descend to the world of that newcomer? Gods of Destruction Baiyi, I'm bored in this world, go to other worlds to have fun. Yotani Miko, Lord Baiyi, you can also descend to our world. Gods of Destruction Baiyi, your world is boring. Yotani Miko, but I'm interesting. Yotani Miko hit a straight ball. Gods of Destruction Baiyi, super beautiful. Aqua, at Yotani Miko. Keisha is a bitch, at Yotani Miko. What is this? Taking the initiative to pay for it. Yotani Miko, shame and anger.jpg. Su Xiaoxiao, Lord Baiyi, what are you doing in the super god world? Gods of Destruction Baiyi, yeah. Su Xiaoxiao. Su Xiaoxiao, that's not what I meant, holding his head.jpg. Gods of Destruction Baiyi, but that's what I meant. If you don't find some fun to play after traveling through time, it would be too boring. Keisha is a bitch, my god, if you don't come, I'll really sleep. Gods of Destruction Baiyi, come now. In the Dragon Ball world, Baiyi's consciousness left the chat group. I'm leaving for a while. Quote, Baiyi got up from the sofa and said to Marin and Bulma beside him. Hey, Baiyi, where are you going? Aren't you going to leave after dinner? Marin said in a delicate voice. No need. Quote, Baiyi said lightly, and then used instant transmission to leave the Earth. Come to the void of universe. Chat group system, travel to the super god world. Quote, ding, your permissions are being checked. Closing square bracket. Permission check succeeded. Dear Gods of Destruction Baiyi, you meet the requirements for traveling to the super god world. Have a pleasant journey. Closing square bracket. Buzz. A golden light flashed. The next second, Bai Yi had already arrived in the super god world. At this time, Bai Yi was not on Earth, but in the void of the universe in the super god world. Bai Yi stepped on the void, looking at the vast universe in the super god world, with a smile on his face, a little evil. Tongzi, come out and sign in. Quote. Ding. Sign into the super god world. Closing square bracket. Congratulations to the master for his great luck, and reward the power of time and space. Closing square bracket. Power of time and space. Bai Yi was stunned. Isn't this the condition for becoming the god of time and space in the universe that was told him at the time? I didn't expect that he would sign in so easily. Tongzi, you are very sensible, I like you very much. Bai Yi smiled slightly, and was very satisfied with the sign in reward of the small system. Ding. Master, do you want to fuse the power of time and space now? Closing square bracket. The voice of the small system came again. No. Quote. Bai Yi shook his head and refused. Without Whisa's protective shield, the power of rules can be fused in such a place. The entire super god universe must be blown up. Although Bai Yi didn't care. But if Liang Bing knew, he would eat him. Bai Yi was very interested in that woman, so he rarely considered others. Tongzi, put the power of time and space in the warehouse first, and then fuse it when we go back. Bai Yi said. Okay, master. Closing square bracket. At this time, there was a ding sound. Liang Bing's private message came over. Keisha is a bitch. My dear, are you here? I have been waiting for you on the spaceship for a long time. Keisha is a bitch. If you don't come, I will go to bed. Bai Yi smiled faintly when he heard this. He searched for Liang Bing's energy in the void of the universe. After finding a direction, with a whoosh, Bai Yi disappeared directly in the vast void of the universe. At the same time, in outer space countless kilometers away from the Earth, a huge demon spaceship was sailing. In the spaceship, the demon queen Liang Bing was putting on makeup in the room. At this time, she had given up the form of a demon and turned into a human. Liang Bing in human form was so beautiful. She had an angel's face and a devilish figure. Her long legs were very slender and looked very elastic. She also wore lace stockings inside. Liang Bing was wearing a khaki coat, and inside was a retro cheongsam underwear, and a touch of white could be seen. This kind of dress was simply very tempting. I can only say that she is worthy of being a super god. The biggest evil in the universe. That guy. Why hasn't he come yet? I spent so much time dressing up. Quote. Liang Bing crushed the lipstick in her hand, feeling extremely depressed. Ever since Bai Yi complained about her poor makeup skills in the arena, Liang Bing has been brooding over it. As a demon who loves beauty very much, Liang Bing has always been very concerned about her image. Therefore, Liang Bing, who was defeated by Bai Yi, immediately wanted to win back. She spent a long time putting on makeup here, just to be able to surprise Bai Yi. It would be best if that guy could fall in love with her. I told you that my makeup skills are not good. Quote. Don't drool when you see me later. Liang thought angrily in her heart. As soon as she finished speaking, with a whoosh, Bai Yi's figure suddenly appeared in the room. Oh, I heard you say bad things about me when I just came here. Quote. You are very brave, demon queen. Quote. Bai Yi walked slowly to Liang Bing, looking down at her, and stretched out his hand to pinch Liang Bing's beautiful chin. I have to say, you look much better now than in the arena. Quote. Bai Yi said with appreciation, and then leaned over. Quote. Liang Bing was dumbfounded. She had been single for tens of thousands of years, so how could she have seen such a scene? Although it was true that they had kissed in the arena. But those were all virtual avatars, and they didn't count. Just like the husband and wife in the game can't be taken as real. Damn. Quote. Liang Bing broke free from Bai Yi's hand and said angrily, You guy, don't touch me when you come. Quote. Liang Bing's face was red. She is the unscrupulous demon queen, yes. But while she is the demon queen, she is also a single dog who has been single for tens of thousands of years. Chu Wen was there just now. Although he is gone now. But how could Liang Bing not care about such a thing? You have to understand, demon queen, you asked me to come here. Quote. Bai Yi didn't care, he found a chair to sit down, and put his long legs on the table. The sitting posture was extremely arrogant. Damn. My idol, why do I feel that you are more like a devil than me? Quote. Looking at Bai Yi's sitting posture, Liang Bing couldn't help but complain. Be more polite and stop calling me, old lady, all the time. You are so rude, you don't look like a woman. Bai Yi said lightly. Whether I look like a woman or not is none of your business. I just like to talk like that. What do you care about me? Quote. Liang Bing was extremely angry and turned away sullenly. What, are you angry? Quote. Bai Yi thought it was interesting and continued to tease her. Get lost. Don't touch me. Anyway, I don't look like a woman. Quote. Liang Bing slapped Bai Yi's hand away. Are you really angry? Quote. Bai Yi lifted Liang Bing's chin again. Get lost. I told you not to touch me. Quote. Liang Bing said angrily. She wanted to slap Bai Yi's hand away again, but this time, she was caught. Since you are angry, I will reluctantly help you cool down. Quote. Fuck. What do you want to do? Quote. Yeah. Quote. Quote question mark question mark question mark. Quote. Continue the unfinished business in the arena. Quote. Liang Bing was confused. Bastard. What do you mean? Quote. Work overtime. Quote. Fuck. Quote. There is no concept of days in the void of the universe. But according to the saying on Earth, it should be 3 days later. On the spaceship, Bai Yi hugged Liang Bing's body and sat on the throne, one hand around Liang Bing's slender waist, and the other hand lazily supported his chin. His eyes were lazy and indifferent, like an emperor sitting on the Iron Throne. Of course, Bai Yi is not an emperor, and he disdains to be an emperor. He is the gods of destruction who controls the entire universe. Under the throne, there are rows of demons. The sword demon Atuo looked at the man hugging their queen on the throne, with a sullen expression. But he lowered his head and said nothing. It's true that he has a crush on Liang Bing. 1. But his crush is just to protect Liang Bing. So, when he learned that his queen had found the man she liked, the first thought of the honest man Atuo was not to find Bai Yi for a duel. Instead, he chose to silently bless her. It can only be said that it was a very honest man's idea. Little ones, listen. Quote. Liang Bing got up from Bai Yi's thigh, put her hands on her waist, stood upright, and the king's aura came to her. He, Bai Yi, is the man of this queen. He is also your future king. Engrave his information firmly in your gene chain. Quote. No matter who it is in the future, seeing him is like seeing this queen. Remember to be respectful to me. Quote. Did you hear that? Liang Bing looked at the demons below and said loudly. The demons echoed, got it. Queen. And the king. Quote. Seeing the reaction of his subordinates, Liang Bing was very satisfied. Then she sat on Bai Yi's lap again, with a pair of jade hands around Bai Yi's neck. My male god, how is it? These demons that I trained are pretty good, right? Quote. Liang Bing looked into Bai Yi's eyes and asked expectantly. A few days ago, she and Bai Yi worked overtime for 3 consecutive days. The 4th generation of divine body almost couldn't stand it. According to the original work, Liang Bing in this timeline is indeed a 3rd generation divine body. But because she used the points to upgrade, Liang Bing's 3rd generation divine body was successfully upgraded to the 4th generation divine body. However, even the 4th generation divine body is not good. Bai Yi's gods of destruction body is too strong, far from being comparable to Liang Bing's 4th generation divine body. After working overtime for 3 days in a row, Liang Bing, the demon queen, was completely convinced by Bai Yi. The degree of fit between the two has reached 100%. Liang Bing believes Bai Yi is the destined male god in her genes. So, the already unscrupulous demon queen Liang Bing has now become a little clingy. Chapter 56 Liang Bing's diary. Nothing to do today, I'm with my male god. Too weak, you rely on these guys to conquer the universe. Bai Yi didn't get annoyed by Liang Bing's nagging, just said lightly. So, male god, do you have any way to make them stronger? At least, one-on-one can beat those damn bitches, Angel. Liang Bing hugged Bai Yi's neck and asked expectantly. She called all her subordinates to meet Bai Yi. She had this purpose. Bai Yi is a gods of destruction. If she can let Bai Yi help upgrade her subordinates, then her demon army will be invincible. What Angel, what Teoti? All of them have to kneel down to me. My demon army is the strongest. Liang Bing's YY is very cool, and she is even about to laugh. However, with Bai Yi's cold water, she was pulled back to reality from YY. I'm here to have fun, not your babysitter. Bai Yi said lazily, playing with Liang Bing's long legs in his hands. I have to say, this demon queen is really smooth. Damn, male god, don't be so heartless, okay, I'm your woman. Quote. Liang Bing patted Bai Yi's chest, a little depressed. Liang Bing, the demon queen, is actually a person who loves her subordinates very much. All of her demon subordinates, even if they know that the enemy is invincible and victory is out of reach, still follow her wholeheartedly. Therefore, she really wants her demon subordinates to become stronger. Yes, so you don't have to say $5 million points. Bai Yi said lightly. I'm your woman, can't you pamper me a little bit? Liang Bing said depressedly. Bai Yi heard this, and the expression on his face still did not change. Okay, I can make them stronger, but you have to find some fun for me. Bai Yi said lightly. After all, you just want me to please you. Quote. Liang Bing slapped Bai Yi's thigh angrily. Bai Yi still had a playful attitude. Damn. Quote. Liang Bing was helpless, looking at the group of stupid subordinates below him, and finally had to compromise. Elbow. Come into the house with me. I must satisfy you today. Quote. Liang Bing took Bai Yi's hand and stood up, and then disappeared on the spot. The demons below were all confused. And the sword demon Atuo, watching Liang Bing and Bai Yi leave, his mood was very complicated. A demon leader next to him came over and patted him on the shoulder. Atuo, think about it, the queen has found her beloved male god, we should be happy for her. Quote. Sword demon Atuo lowered his head sullenly. I know that if the queen loves me, she is not the queen. Quote. One day later. Devil wings. Outside the room, Liang Bing crossed her arms, looked at the man in front of her, and said angrily. My male god, is it enough now? If not, come into the house with me again. Quote. Bai Yi shrugged. It's okay, just barely. Bai Yi said with a smile. Seeing Bai Yi like this, Yuan Shui kicked him lightly angrily. This stinky guy really got the advantage and still acted cute. My 4th generation divine body can't hold it anymore, and you are still not satisfied. Quote. Anyway, I don't care, you must help me upgrade those demons today. Liang Bing said angrily. These days, since Bai Yi reached the super god world, she has been exhausted. She has never worked overtime like this before. Long overtime and fighting, almost tired her 4th generation divine body to death. Liang Bing really doesn't understand. How come Bai Yi's body is so strong? Like a perpetual motion machine. He has no sense of fatigue. It's so fucking terrifying. I think you haven't figured it out yet. Quote. Bai Yi leaned against the iron wall of the spaceship, his arms crossed over his chest, and suddenly said lazily. What? Hearing Bai Yi speak, Liang Bing was stunned and came back to her senses from her memories. She looked at Bai Yi in confusion, thinking that Bai Yi was going to say something important. Unexpectedly, Bai Yi said, I am gods of destruction, and the rule I govern is destruction. I don't know any moves to strengthen people. Quote. Bai Yi was telling the truth. He is the supreme god in Dragon Ball universe. But he is only the god responsible for destruction and destruction. Destroying planets is what Bai Yi is best at. But you asked Bai Yi to strengthen the demons and make them stronger. Bai Yi really doesn't know how to do this. You asked the gods of destruction to help people become stronger, isn't this just a joke? To make people stronger, professionals have to do it, such as Shenron. Shenron, who has the power of miracles, is definitely a professional in this regard. Unfortunately, when Bai Yi traveled here, he did not bring Shenron with him. Bai Yi was too lazy to do that. It was too low class. He was a man of fun, and also a gods of destruction, not a nanny. In other words, I was vain again. Liang Bing finally realized. That's not the case. At least you made tens of billions from me. Bai Yi shrugged and said with a smile. Damn, I really lost a lot. Quote. Thinking of all the efforts I made these days, I didn't get any return at all. The more Liang Bing thought about it, the more she lost. The more she thought about it, the angrier she got. Therefore, she felt that she had lost a lot, so she grabbed Bai Yi's hand again. No, I must make back what I lost these days. Quote. So. Bai Yi was stunned. Elbow. Come in. Quote. Bai Yi. 6. Liang Bing's Diary. Earth Calendar July 10, 2013. Nothing to do today, working overtime with the male god. Earth Calendar July 11, 2013. Nothing to do today, working overtime with the male god. Earth Calendar July 12, 2013. Nothing to do today, working overtime with the male god. Earth Calendar July 13, 2013. Liang Bing, you are the demon queen in charge of the entire demon army. You still want to defeat that bitch Keisha, you can't fall like this. Earth Calendar July 14, 2013. Nothing to do today, working overtime with the male god. Earth Calendar July 15, 2013. The fourth generation of divine body can't bear it anymore, the waist is a little sore. Rest 10. Demon wings, main ship. On the deck. Bai Yi stood with his hands behind his back, looking at the planets in the vast universe. Liang Bing looked for Bai Yi in the spaceship for a long time, and finally came to the deck, only to find that he was watching at this time Bai Yi of universe. Goddess, what are you doing here? Looking at the stars in the universe. Liang Bing came over, hugged Bai Yi's arm, and said with a smile. In fact, the relationship between the two can be said to be as close as can be. However, Liang Bing still prefers to call Bai Yi goddess. Because Bai Yi is so handsome. And he is also a god of destruction. If this is not a goddess, then what is it? In the entire huge universe, there will not be one. I was wondering if these planets in your universe can be sold. Bai Yi said lightly. Liang Bing. Quote. Liang Bing couldn't help but touch her ears, she couldn't help but wonder if she heard it wrong. No. Selling planets. My god, you are not kidding, right? Quote. Can planets be sold? Liang Bing said in shock. She obviously hadn't seen Bai Yi's previous operations in the group. Therefore, for selling planets, it was unbelievable. In her cognition, ruling a planet was fine. But using the group mall to sell planets. Damn, isn't this too outrageous? My male god, are you teasing me? Liang Bing recalled Bai Yi's bad taste before, and couldn't help asking strangely. What's the benefit of me teasing you? After all, we are so familiar with each other. Bai Yi smiled and looked at her playfully. Liang Bing naturally knew what Bai Yi meant. Her pretty face turned red, and she punched Bai Yi with some shame and anger. It must be said that it is rare to make the unscrupulous demon queen shy. You can survive in the universe space, right? Bai Yi asked suddenly. I am now a fourth generation divine body. There is no place I can't go. It's just a universe space, which is not a problem at all. Liang Bing said proudly with her hands across her chest. The fourth generation divine body, commonly known as the sacred body, has upgraded its life form to an atomic aggregation structure, and each atom can be called a dark matter computer. As long as it cannot be destroyed at the atomic level, it cannot cause real substantial damage to it. In the original work, the fourth generation divine body of Holy Kesha was completely destroyed only in the case of a supernova explosion. Therefore, Liang Bing, who has been upgraded to the fourth generation divine body, has no problem surviving in the universe space. Really? Then your current strength can be regarded as the third in the chat group. Bai Yi said lightly. Now that Liang Bing has achieved the fourth generation divine body, she is indeed enough to compete with Aizen for the third place in the chat group. Even with the strength of the fourth generation divine body, Aizen is really not her opponent. After all, as long as Liang Bing cannot be completely destroyed at the atomic level, Liang Bing will be immortal. As for who is stronger, Boros, the second brother, or the fourth generation divine body? That will only be known after a fight. However, from the perspective of strength and energy, there is no doubt that Boros is stronger. Although the life form of Liang Bing's fourth generation divine body is powerful, its strength is too weak to do anything to Boros. I'm not interested in the third position. Anyway, the strongest people in the chat group are all under me. Quote. Is that right, man? Liang Bing raised Bai Yi's chin with her jade finger and said teasingly. Bai Yi rolled his eyes at her and ignored her. Anyway, when it's time to work overtime, this woman will cry. Since you can survive in the void of universe, I can save some trouble. Quote. Let's go. Bai Yi said lightly, holding Liang Bing's jade hand. With a whoosh, Bai Yi used an instant transmission. In Liang Bing's eyes that seemed to have seen a ghost, in an instant, the two of them had arrived in the dark void of universe. On an uninhabited planet, Bai Yi stepped on the void, his hands around his chest, and his red eyes quietly looked down at the planet in front of him. Next to Bai Yi, Liang Bing spread his demon wings and flew on Bai Yi's right. My god, how do you sell planets? Liang Bing turned her head to look at Bai Yi and asked curiously. Selling planets was her first experience. So she wanted to know how Bai Yi sold planets. Of course, what she wanted to know more was how many points a planet was worth. If possible, she also wanted to sell it. It's very simple, just watch. Bai Yi said lightly. Then, he said, chat group system, can the planets in the super god universe be sold? Quote. Ding. Yes. Closing square bracket. What is the upper limit? Bai Yi asked again. Dear gods of destruction Bai Yi, you can sell up to 100 planets without any life. Closing square bracket. Understood. Quote. Bai Yi nodded, and then started the work of the universe real estate tycoon again. Chat group system, sell this planet. Quote. Ding. Identification in progress, please wait. Closing square bracket. Identification successful. Available for sale. Closing square bracket. Hearing this, Bai Yi waved his hand, and in an instant, the entire large uninhabited planet disappeared into the universe with a dazzling golden light. And his points balance also increased by 1 billion points. Damn, can't you say it, my male god? Planets can really be sold. Liang Bing was numb. Bai Yi's operation simply overturned her cognition. Selling planets. Fuck, this operation is too outrageous. He is indeed a male god. As long as you are strong enough, nothing is impossible. Bai Yi was not surprised by Liang Bing's expression, and just said lightly. It's a pity that universe can't be sold. Otherwise, I really want to sell universe too. Quote. This thing universe should be worth a lot of money. Bai Yi shrugged. Regarding selling universe, Bai Yi did have this idea. Bai Yi can indeed implement this operation. Unfortunately, the chat group system does not accept it. It also prompts that Bai Yi's practice of destroying the entire universe life is against the universe convention. There is no way, Bai Yi can only give up the idea of selling universe. Instead, he continues to be his universe real estate tycoon. When Liang Bing heard what Bai Yi said just now, he was extremely confused. No, male god, are you kidding me? Selling planets is fine, but you also want to sell universe. No, mother god, whose universe are you going to sell? You want to sell my super god universe, right? Liang Bing reacted at this time. Angrily elbowed Bai Yi. Damn, male god, are you good enough? This is my universe. Liang Bing said angrily. Now that I'm here, your universe is mine. Bai Yi disagreed. I come, I see, I conquer. When one's strength can surpass the universe, then ruling the universe becomes simple. Damn. Quote. Liang Bing suddenly felt like she was letting a wolf into the house. Anyway, I don't care, male god, super god, the universe is yours and mine. Quote. Even you. You're my person. Liang Bing said domineeringly. It seems that you really like the queen's tone, no wonder you always like to be on top. Quote. Bai Yi glanced at Liang Bing and teased, and the latter's pretty face instantly turned red. Poochie. You blush so easily. You really deserve to be a 10,000-year single dog, the demon queen. Bai Yi laughed out loud. Damn. Liang Bing wanted to refute, but was pulled away by Bai Yi. With a whoosh, an instant transmission was used, and day and night arrived at the next planet in an instant. The same method was repeated. Bai Yi got another 1 billion points. At the same time, in the chat group, the reminder sound of Bai Yi selling planets was heard. Ding. Group member Gods of Destruction Bai Yi sold an uninhabited planet in the Super God universe, and got points 1 billion. Ding. Group member Gods of Destruction Bai Yi sold an uninhabited planet in the Super God universe, and got points 1 billion. Qin Zulong. Konoha Dance King. Su Xiaoxiao. Universe Overlord Boros. Captain of the 5th Division. Super Invincible Beauty. Aqua. Ah. Husband, why are you here again? Yatsuya Miko. Frog Fun. Lord Bai Yi is out to sell planets again. Miko was shocked. She was in class at this time, but the chat group notification sound just came out. So fast. Johnzi immediately slacked off, and her consciousness also entered the chat group. And when she learned that Bai Yi was selling planets again, Zhanzi's eyes widened. "No, Lord Bai Yi, how long has it been since the last time? You are selling planets again. Lord Bai Yi, are you so outrageous?" Chapter 57 Villain Chat Group. Liang Bing, I am the greatest evil in the universe. Qin Zulong, Lord Bai Yi has now become a real estate tycoon in universe. Quote, in the Qin world, Ying Zheng is handling official business at this time. Last time, Zhanzi sent him many group files about the management of various dynasties. It benefited Ying Zheng a lot. During the exchanges in these days, Ying Zheng also used points to exchange some modern science and technology with Su Xiaoxiao, such as the 4 great inventions, and the most important muskets. Even some very important crops, such as hybrid rice seeds, etc. Ying Zheng traded with Su Xiaoxiao. With the help of so many modern science and technology. At this time, Qin is rapidly recovering its national strength. And His Majesty Zulong, who is unwilling to be lonely, is also planning to let Qin's iron hoofs flatten Japan and India. The strength of Qin is now unquestionable. But transportation is a big problem. Konoha Dance King, I'm very curious, didn't Lord Bai Yi sell the planets that have reached the upper limit last time? How come you can sell them again now? Universe Overlord Boros, fool, Uchiha Madara, look carefully, Lord Bai Yi sold planets in Dragon Ball Universe last time, and this time he sold planets in Super God Universe. Dakan Zulong, I see, I understand, no wonder Lord Bai Yi wants the right to travel through various worlds, it turns out it's for this reason. His Majesty Zulong really regarded Bai Yi as a real estate tycoon in universe. He thought that the reason why Bai Yi wanted the right to travel through their world was to sell planets to make money. Of course. Bai Yi did have this part of the reason. But the main reason is that Bai Yi wants to sign in various worlds. And, I'm having fun. Captain of the 5th Division, selling planets. There is such a thing, it's really worthy of Lord Bai Yi. Quote, in the world of Death God, Captain Aizen rarely comes out to chat in the group. Under normal circumstances, Aizen is always lurking and peeking at the screen. Only when Bai Yi comes online, he comes out to chat a few words. Recently, Aizen rescued a girl who was attacked by a group of hollows. It seems that her name is something like Hinamori Momo. Since the little girl was rescued by him, she has been crazy about him. Aizen thinks it is very interesting. That guy can be a good chess piece for him. Captain of the 5th Division, in the chat group, besides Lord Bai Yi, who else can sell planets? Quote, Universe Overlord Boros, no one else, only Lord Bai Yi can. Quote, Captain of the 5th Division, why? With your strength, it is not difficult to rule a planet. Kono Dance King, Aizen, you think too highly of that guy Boros. It is true that he can rule planets, but he can't sell planets. Kono Dance King, currently in the entire chat group, only Lord Bai Yi can do it. Quote, Captain of the 5th Division, what are the conditions for selling a planet? Quote, Aizen was very curious, and he also wanted the 1 billion points. If possible, Aizen also wanted to sell the entire Death Realm and the entire Earth. I don't know if Mr. Yamamoto would kill him with Ryujin Jaka if he knew his idea. Universe Overlord Boros, to successfully sell a planet, first, you must have the power to explode the planet, and second, you must eliminate all life on that planet. Universe Overlord Boros, unless you are lucky enough to come across a planet without any life, you can't sell it. Quote, Captain of the 5th Division, I see, this is a pity. If possible, I really want to sell the entire Death Realm. I don't know how much it is worth. Quote, Su Xiaoxiao. Su Xiaoxiao. As expected of Master Aizen, this is a very villainous idea. Quote, Yotani Miko, E.H. Villain. Master Aizen is actually a villain in the anime. Quote, Su Xiaoxiao, did you just find out? Not only Master Aizen, but also Master Boros, Master Liangbing, and Master Madara are all villains in the anime, so sometimes I really wonder if I have entered a villain chat group. Quote, Yotani Miko. Quote, everyone was dumbfounded. Actually, Su Xiaoxiao wanted to say that Bai Yi was also a villain. After all, Bai Yi, the gods of destruction, was even more dangerous than the 4 villains in the chat group. Bai Yi's smile was even darker than Goku's. Thinking of Bai Yi's evil and dangerous smile, Su Xiaoxiao couldn't help but feel a little numb. That man was too dangerous. Fortunately, he was just a joker. Su Xiaoxiao, Lord Bai Yi, are you still in the super god world now? Quote, gods of destruction Bai Yi, just came here to sell a few planets and earn some points. Quote, Kesha is a bitch, I'm with my male god now. Open black lens bracket photos close black lens bracket open black lens bracket photos close black lens bracket. Liang Bing took a few photos with Bai Yi and uploaded them. Keisha is a bitch, how is it? Are you jealous? Quote, super beautiful. Aqua. At Keisha is a bitch, it was obviously the goddess who came first. Damn it, give me back the goddess, husband. Quote, Keisha is a bitch, just relying on you little bitch, you want to snatch a man from me. Hee hee. Quote, Keisha is a bitch, a green plum can't beat the one who fell from the sky, you idiot goddess, I advise you to give up. Quote, Keisha is a bitch, after all, I have the greatest evil in the universe. Ha 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 ha. Quote, Su Xiaoxiao. Dakan Zulong. Dash 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 dash. Konoha Dance King. Universe Overlord Boros. This guy, he looks like a goddess, why is he so vulgar? Konoha Dance King. Agree. Quote, Dakan Zulong. +1. Quote, Captain of the 5th Division. +1. Quote, Yotani Miko. Are Lord Bai Yi and the Queen in the universe now. I'm so envious. Quote, Yotani Miko. Wow. Both of you can survive in the void of the universe without wearing space suits. This is too amazing. Newbie shivering. JPGI. Miko found another blind spot. She found that the 2 people in the photo were in the universe at the moment. Konoha Dance King. The void of the universe. I don't know if I can do it after I achieve the body of a sage. Sure enough, the ninja world is still too small. When I catch all the tailed beasts, I will also go to the void of the universe to take a look. Quote, Konoha Dance King. At Dakan Zulong, Ying Zheng, haven't you become a sage? With your current physical strength, can you survive in the void of the universe? Quote, Dakan Zulong. It's difficult. Although I have become a human sage, I can only stay in the void of the universe for a while at most, and I can't survive for a long time. Quote, Universe Overlord Boros, you are such a weak human immortal. I can survive in the void of the universe since I was born. Quote, Konoha Dance King. You alien, get out of here. You have no right to talk here. Su Xiaoxiao. Has His Majesty Zulong become an immortal? Quote, Dakan Zulong. Well, my current state can indeed be called an immortal, but I am just the lowest level of human immortal. Quote, Su Xiaoxiao. Human immortal. It seems that His Majesty Zulong's chin will not perish. Quote, Su Xiaoxiao. But His Majesty Zulong still needs to pay more attention to people's livelihood. Otherwise, there may be another riot in Qin. Quote, Dakan Zulong. Ha ha ha, Miss Su Xiaoxiao, you can rest assured about this. I will not implement tyranny now, and the construction of the Great Wall, the Imperial Mausoleum and Corvée, I have stopped all of them. Dakan Zulong. My current target is Japan and India. When the Iron Hoof of the Qin dynasty conquers them all, I will enslave those Japanese and Asan to build the Great Wall. Quote, after the baptism of postmodern history, Ying Zheng has now changed his mind. He can temporarily not build the Great Wall, the Imperial Mausoleum, the canal and various projects in the Qin dynasty. Ying Zheng also stopped all kinds of harsh corvée labor in the Qin dynasty. But, when the Iron Hoof of the Qin dynasty conquers Asan in the east, by then, those enslaved Japanese and Asan, as well as the Dayan people who have now surrendered to the Qin dynasty, all are free labor. His Majesty Zulong does not implement tyranny at home, but that does not mean that he does not implement tyranny abroad. Su Xiaoxiao. At Shigu Janzi, His Majesty Zulong is about to conquer Japan, don't you have anything to say? Quote, Shigu Janzi. Huh. What? Quote, Su Xiaoxiao. Janzi, you are not from Japan. Quote, Shigu Janzi. Yes, but Zulong conquered Japan, so Japan should thank Zulong, right? Quote, Su Xiaoxiao. Okay. Quote, Su Xiaoxiao held her forehead, she didn't expect Janzi to be assimilated by everyone after staying in the group for too long. Dakan Zulong, ha ha ha, Miss Janzi can rest assured, when I rule Japan, I will not treat Japanese women harshly. Quote, Shigu Janzi, thank you Zulong for your kindness, Japan will definitely be very grateful to Zulong. Quote, Dakan Zulong, ha ha ha. Quote, Ying Zheng was in a good mood. Qin Zulong, by the way, Miss Su Xiaoxiao, Qin is still too short of labor. Where can I find free labor? Quote, Su Xiaoxiao, if your Majesty Zulong wants high-quality free slaves, you can go to Heizhou. Anyway, those Ni brothers are very good at giving birth, so you don't have to feel bad if they die. Quote, Su Xiaoxiao knew what Ying Zheng was thinking. But she is also a racist. Therefore, she did not object to Ying Zheng's cooking, but instead made a suggestion. Qin Zulong, Heizhou, I have seen this place on the world map, and I remember it. Universe Overlord Boros, being an emperor is really troublesome. It is better to be the Universe Overlord. Konoha Dance King, I agree. To be honest, Ying Zheng, I think being an emperor is too tiring. You have to deal with everything yourself. What's the point of being an emperor? Quote, Captain of the 5th Division, I agree. Quote, Universe Overlord Boros, that's right, Ying Zheng. I think since you are invincible now, you might as well be a tyrant. Quote, Universe Overlord Boros, anyway, if anyone dares to oppose you, just kill them. What's the most important thing is to be happy. Why bother so much? Konoha Dance King, Ying Zheng, you have been fighting for such a long time, can't you enjoy yourself? Quote, Captain of the 5th Division, is a strong man, you don't have to care about the opinions of those ants. Quote, Keisha is a bitch, ha ha ha. That's right. I have a say in this, because this is how I manage my subordinates. Indulgence and freedom are the ultimate concept of the universe. Quote, Keisha is a bitch. At Dakan Zulong, hey, Emperor, do you want to believe in us demons? Quote, Dakan Zulong, holding forehead, JPG. Yotani Miko, the boss's thoughts are so evil. It turns out that it's wrong for Zulong to want to be a wise ruler. Quote, Su Xiaoxiao, at Yotani Miko, I told you that this is a villain chat group. Holding forehead, JPG. Yotani Miko, shivering, JPG. Ding. Group member Gods of Destruction sold a super god in Baiyi Universe uninhabited planet, get points asterisk 1 billion. Close black lens bracket. Ding. Group member Gods of Destruction Baiyi sold 10 uninhabited planets of Super God Universe, get points asterisk 1 billion. Close black lens bracket. At the same time, Super God World. Liang Bing stood beside Baiyi, looking at the uninhabited planet under his feet that was cleared of all life by Baiyi. Her eyes widened, and her jaw almost dropped. Fuck. Male God, you are really outrageous. Quote, a good civilization was destroyed by you like this. Quote, Liang Bing said in shock, staring blankly at Baiyi selling the planet under his feet. Since they are here, they can only be considered unlucky. Baiyi said calmly, as if he had done something insignificant. Male God, you are more like a devil than me. Quote, Liang Bing felt that Baiyi was even more evil than her. A good civilization and planet were destroyed just like that. She is simply a wolf destroyer. She is even more ruthless than a ruthless person. Although Liang Bing calls herself the Demon Queen, she is only a degenerate. So far, she has never done anything like destroying civilization. I'm the Demon Queen, you're the Demon King, we're a perfect match. Liang Bing said excitedly. The Demon King is too low class. Baiyi shrugged. I'm the Gods of Destruction, responsible for destruction and damage, not the Demon King. Baiyi said. Hearing this, Liang Bing rolled her eyes. My male god, can't you obey me a little? Quote, this is the couple name I gave you, don't you think it's romantic? Liang Bing said again, you're a 30,000-year-old single dog, what's romantic about it? Quote, Baiyi's playful teasing made the latter scream, fuck, and roll his eyes. While flirting, the two soon arrived at the next planet. There happened to be life on this planet. Baiyi, like before, waved his hand casually, and a crystal-clear purple ball of light fell. In an instant, all civilizations and lives on the entire planet disappeared instantly. A sellable uninhabited planet is formed. Bai Yi waved his hand Ma Jiaohao and earned another 1 billion points. My lord, isn't it a bit too cruel? Seeing Bai Yi's behavior, Liang Bing couldn't help asking. What's cruel? They didn't suffer any pain. Bai Yi shrugged and didn't care. The planets he destroyed died in a moment. Those destroyed civilizations can't blame themselves. On the contrary, they have to thank themselves. Thank themselves for their kindness, allowing them to leave this world without pain. My lord, I don't mean that. Liang Bing said strangely. I know, but no matter how powerful a civilization is, it will always die, right? Bai Yi said, I just accelerated their demise. Quote. Liang Bing heard this and felt that it made some sense. But she quickly reacted. My lord, you have led me into a ditch. Quote. Liang Bing felt that her thoughts were all led astray by Bai Yi. In the next 10 minutes, Bai Yi continued to travel with Liang Bing through the various planets in the universe. And under Bai Yi's selling, his points balance was also constantly rising. On the other side, Angel Nebula, Taoluo Heaven. The King of Angels, Holy Kesha, was in the angel city that had been rebuilt tens of thousands of years ago. This is the home of all angels. All angels in the super god universe live here. At this time, in the central sacred hall of Mellow Heaven, Holy Kesha sat on the high throne, with a pair of slender long legs folded. She rested one jade hand on her white chin. The whole person looked lazy and sacred. This is the angel king of the entire Mellow Heaven, Holy Kesha. As the angel king, Holy Kesha not only has a perfect appearance, the best genes, and the smartest mind. At the same time, she is also the strongest in the entire super god universe, in charge of the entire angel civilization. Maintaining the justice order of the universe. Chapter 58, Mr. Ban wants to fencing. The coquettish Liang Bing, husband, give me some points tilde. At this time, Keisha was sitting lazily on the angel throne, with her beautiful eyes slightly closed. She seemed to be resting. In fact, she was handling the affairs of various civilizations in her mind. At the stage of god-level civilization, 99% of civilization affairs are handled by intelligent systems. Keisha is only responsible for handling a small part of them, and guiding the overall development of some civilizations. As the most powerful and intelligent angel king, Keisha has the Holy Knowledge Treasure House, which is a ladder computer built on the prototype of the Big Clock, which can simulate the operation and evolution of the known universe. Even, the Holy Knowledge Treasure House can deduce the civilization development process of a galaxy, as well as observe history and know the past. It can be said that it has reached the omniscience in the super god universe. As usual, Keisha used her own Holy Knowledge Treasure House to observe the development of various civilizations in the known universe. However, when her omniscience sensed that several well-developed civilizations in the known universe disappeared, Keisha on the throne slowly opened her eyes and frowned slightly. At this time, Keisha suddenly snorted. Because just now, she sensed the disappearance of another civilization. This kind of disappearance is different from destruction. It is a complete disappearance. The entire huge civilization, along with the entire planet, disappeared in the vast universe. Even the sacred knowledge treasure house that is perfect cannot be deduced. The same is true for the dozen civilizations that disappeared together before. This kind of thing makes Keisha very confused. In the known universe, 13 civilizations, along with the planet, disappeared in the void of the universe. Quote, what is going on with this kind of thing? Even the sacred knowledge treasure house cannot be deduced. Quote, was it done by the devil? Quote, Keisha calculated in her heart and thought of the devil civilization led by Kongshui. But she quickly shook her head. Demons cannot have this kind of planetary attack technology, and Morgana doesn't have this ability either. Quote, could it be the god of death Karl? Quote, Keisha thought and felt that this was possible. After all, the Teoti civilization led by the death god Karl is much more dangerous than the demon civilization of Mogan. No matter who it is, this kind of thing has violated the concept of justice. Quote, it should be subject to divine judgment. Quote, Keisha slowly stood up from the throne. She was tall and had the sacred aura of the King of Angels, so that ordinary people did not even have the courage to look directly at her. Yan. Quote, Keisha called through the celestial computer and called her left wing guard Angel Du. Queen. Quote. Angel Yan quickly responded. Her appearance was beautiful, not much inferior to Keisha, but she lacked the kingly aura of the holy Keisha. In this galaxy, many civilizations and planets disappeared just now in 133. You lead the angels to check it out. Keisha said lightly. Angel Yan is her most proud apprentice, with a third-generation divine body, known as the bird god of war. As for Angel Yan's strength, Keisha naturally trusts him very much. After all, in the entire known universe today, the most powerful is their angel civilization. Yes, Queen. Quote. Yan nodded and then withdrew. With Keisha's order, Yan took hundreds of powerful angel warriors, along with his left and right guards, and boarded Angel's spaceship, heading towards the galaxy coordinates Keisha mentioned. On the other side, Bai Yi is still selling planets. Soon, under Bai Yi's continuous sales, the uninhabited planets of the super god universe in the group mall have also reached the upper limit. Bai Yi's points balance also exceeded 100 billion again. In the void of universe at this time, Bai Yi stood with his hands behind his back, his feet on the void. Liang Bing, who followed Bai Yi all the way and witnessed the whole process, had nothing to do and felt a little bored, so she opened the group live broadcast. The whole process of Bai Yi selling and destroying planets was broadcast live along the way. Chat group. Everyone who watched the live broadcast and witnessed the whole process. All numb. Dakan Zulong. So, Lord Bai Yi sells planets like this. Quote. Dakan Zulong. I really admire you. Quote. The first time he saw the whole process of Bai Yi selling planets with his own eyes, His Majesty Zulong was dumbfounded. Damn, so planets are sold like this. As long as there is civilization on the planet, it will be destroyed. If not, it will be sold. This is outrageous. Ying Zheng felt that it was a pity for those destroyed civilizations. How great it would be if he could rule them. Yatsuya Miko, Lord Byakuya 666. Quote. Konoha Dance King, it's really outrageous. Lord Byakuya's strength is really terrifying. The civilization on a planet was destroyed with a flick of his hand. Is this gods of destruction? It's really terrifying. Quote. Universe Overlord Boros, as expected of Lord Byakuya, he easily did what we couldn't do. Quote. Captain of the 5th Division, is this the correct way to sell planets? So that's it, I understand. Quote. Su Xiaoxiao, Boss Aizen, you don't want to destroy the entire Death Realm and the Earth, do you? Quote. Captain of the 5th Division, oh. How did you know? I just had this idea. Quote. Universe Overlord Boros, +1, I have this idea too. Quote. Konoha Dance King, what a coincidence. You and I are really in the same boat. Quote. Konoha Dance King, when we all have the strength of a star-level explosion, let's team up to sell a planet together. Quote. Universe Overlord Boros, that's fine. Quote. Captain of the 5th Division, +1. Su Xiaoxiao. Yotani Miko, why do I feel that the atmosphere in our chat group is heading in a bad direction? Quote. Dakan Zulong, it's okay to sell planets without life, but I don't think it's okay to destroy all civilizations on the planet just to sell the planet. Quote. Su Xiaoxiao, Your Majesty Zulong, you are now one of the few decent characters in our group chat. Quote. Dakan Zulong, no, what I mean is that the civilizations on those planets can be destroyed after their useful value is fully exploited, otherwise it would be a waste. Quote. Su Xiaoxiao, okay, I take back what I said just now. Quote. The World of Horror Resurrection. Su Xiaoxiao held her forehead, speechless. Isn't it true that there is no good person in this chat group? In the void of universe. Liang Bing hugged Bai Yi's arm and said flatteringly. My male god, you have already obtained hundreds of billions of points, can you give me a few 100 million points? Quote. Liang Bing said, putting Bai Yi's palm on her pretty face and rubbing Bai Yi's hand with her cheek. Seeing that Bai Yi had just sold 100 planets and obtained 100 billion points, Liang Bing was naturally envious. That's hundreds of billions of points. If I get a few 100 million points, it's just a few 100 million points. I am here isn't universe invincible. Whatever the holy Kesha, whatever the heavenly king Hexi, all have to kneel down and lick my feet. My male god, my dear, my husband Tilda. Quote, seeing that Bai Yi still didn't respond, Liang Bing used her trump card, rubbing Bai Yi's hand directly, and called him husband sweetly. What did you call me? Bai Yi was a little speechless. Obviously, he still overestimated the moral integrity of this demon queen. Husband. Quote, Liang Bing hugged Bai Yi's arm and said as a matter of course, we are in this relationship, I have given you everything, what else can I call you if not husband? Quote, husband, you have so many points, just give me a little bit tilde. I just want a little bit, not too much, what do you think, husband tilde? Liang Bing said coquettishly again. Who would have thought that the demon queen Liang Bing, who dominated the super god universe, would also show such a little girl's attitude? What a pity. Only Bai Yi could see this expression. Oh, I almost forgot, there are also everyone in the chat group. Ying Zheng and Mr. Ban who were watching the live broadcast were immediately sprinkled with dog food. Qin Zulong. This dog food is so delicious, I am full, it really deserves to be the dog food of Lord Bai Yi. Quote, Ying Zheng is okay, after all, this guy is an emperor, he has many concubines, although not as pretty as Liang Bing. Ying Zheng is now also bent on conquering the world, and he is not interested in them. But everyone in the chat group. They are all first-class purebred single dogs. Especially Aqua, the idiot goddess who has been single for thousands of years. At this moment, the teeth are about to be broken. No. In the heaven, Aqua shouted unwillingly. Konoha Dance King, HMPH. A mere woman will only affect my hand seal speed. Mr. Madara, a bachelor for 100 years, expressed disdain. He loves only Hashirama in his heart, as for women, what are they? They are only a burden that affects his hand seal speed. Mr. Madara, who has been single for 100 years, has a hand seal speed that is unmatched in the entire ninja world. Universe Overlord Boros, I have no interest in weak creatures like women. Captain of the 5th Division, women are just chess pieces. When they are useful, they are coaxed a few words, and when they are useless, they are discarded. No matter how beautiful a woman is, she is just a burden. King of Konoha Dance, heroes think alike. Boros, Aizen, how about coming to the ninja world to fencing together in the future? Universe Overlord Boros, fencing. Sure, but then your ninja world will be divided into half of ours. Quote, Captain of the 5th Division, interesting, let's see whether my Kyoka Shueyu is better or your Susanoo is stronger. Su Xiaoxiao. Quote, Yotani Miko. Quote, Su Xiaoxiao, at Yotani Miko. Quote, Su Xiaoxiao, Miss Miko, I can't believe you're such a dirty girl. Quote, Dakan Zulong. Quote, Dakan Zulong, Miss Su Xiaoxiao, and Miss Miko, what riddles are you guessing? Is there something wrong with what Mr. Madara said? Quote, Su Xiaoxiao, ahem, nothing, what nothing? Yotani Miko, yeah, Master Zulong, we are not guessing any riddles. Fencing, ahem, fencing is good. Fencing is especially good, and it is good for your health. Dakan Zulong. His Majesty Zulong was confused. As an ancient man, he had no idea about the special meaning of fencing in modern times. Finally, it was Aqua, the equally dirty goddess, who entered the chat group and explained the special meaning of fencing. Super invincible beauty. Aqua. Ha 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 ha. You three idiots actually want to fencing together, puff. Ha ha ha, this goddess is laughing to death. Dance King, Hash. Konoha. Universe Overlord Boros. Captain of the 5th Division. In the chat group, the three villains were silent after being ridiculed by the idiot goddess Aqua. Even Captain Aizen in the world of death couldn't help but hold his forehead. His face was black at this time, and he wanted to kill Aqua, the idiot, with his own hands. Aqua, the idiot goddess, is the first to break Captain Aizen's defense. Konoha Dance King, so, Boros, Aizen, are you guys coming to my ninja world for fencing? I mean, real fencing. Quote, Madara is still obsessed with fencing with the strong. Universe Overlord Boros, at Konoha Dance King, get out. Quote, Captain of the 5th Division, forget it. Quote, Super invincible beauty. Aqua, Puchi ha ha ha. Fencing. You three single dogs actually want to fencing together ha 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 ha. Quote, Universe Overlord Boros, at super invincible beauty. Aqua, you idiot. Don't let me catch you, or I will definitely kill you. Quote. Konoha Dance King. Add me one. Quote. Captain of the 5th Division. +1, killing her is too easy for her, it's better to let her be lost in the mirror flowers and water moons forever. Su Xiaoxiao. Holding his forehead. JPG. Yotani Miko. Did Aqua offend the public? So miserable, shivering. JPG. Dakan Zulong. So fencing has this meaning. You modern people really know how to play. Quote. Super God World. Liang Bing is still acting like a spoiled child with Bai Yi. Hubby, just agree to me tilde. At most, I'll let you do whatever you want when we do that in the future tilde. Quote. Liang Bing hugged Bai Yi's arm and acted like a spoiled child. Seeing Liang Bing say that, Ri also became a little interested. Okay. Quote. Bai Yi nodded. After all, she is his woman, so it doesn't matter if he gives her some points. What's more, with Bai Yi's current combat power, even if he gets hundreds of billions of points, it's still not enough for Bai Yi to upgrade again. Bai Yi estimated that if he wants to upgrade next time, he will need more than 500 billion points. And if he fuses the power of time and space, this number may continue to grow. Honey, that guy wants 1 billion points. Seeing Bai Yi agreed, Liang Bing said excitedly, 1 billion points, you are really asking for too much. Bai Yi stretched out his hand to pinch Liang Bing's chin, and looked at her with a playful look in his black and red eyes. The latter rolled his eyes at Bai Yi. I'm not worth 1 billion points even if I sell you. Bai Yi said lightly. Honey, I'm your woman after all, don't be so stingy, okay tilde, Liang Bing said coquettishly again. Bai Yi shook his head and said lightly, I can give you 100 million at most. 100 million is already Bai Yi's bottom line. After all, Bai Yi now seems to have a lot of points, but it's only for other members of the chat group. For himself the strength of the top of universe, hundreds of billions of points, is still far from enough. Deal. Quote. Liang Bing's reaction is faster than a rabbit. As soon as Bai Yi finished speaking, she agreed instantly. Bai Yi was a little confused, he couldn't help but wonder if his offer was too high. Tell me the truth, what is your bottom line in your heart? Bai Yi pinched Liang Bing's chin and said, he always felt that he was being tricked. Ahem, husband, actually I only wanted 10 million in my heart. I didn't expect you to be so generous and give me 100 million at once. Quote. Oh, husband, you are so good to me, I really love you to death. Liang Bing said happily. She stood on tiptoe excitedly and kissed Bai Yi hard. Let everyone in the chat group eat a lot of dog food again. Bai Yi. Quote. Bai Yi was silent. Well, he was indeed tricked. Okay. Bai Yi nodded helplessly. He is a god of destruction who always keeps his word. Since he has already promised something, he will not regret it. 100 million points. Compared to the hundreds of billions of points, it is actually not a big number. Bai Yi actually doesn't care about these points now. I can give you 100 million points, but I have a condition. Bai Yi said. Husband, let alone one condition, even if it is 100 conditions, I will agree to you. Liang Bing said proudly. Anyway, she is now Bai Yi's person. Even if Bai Yi has more conditions and more complicated postures, can she still not agree? Come here. Quote. Seeing that Liang Bing agreed, Bai Yi pulled her over and said a few words in Liang Bing's ear in a voice that the chat crowd could not hear. In an instant, Liang Bing's ears were all red. Damn. Quote. Liang Bing slapped Bai Yi's chest in shame and anger. This guy is really too bad. Chapter 59 Confused Angel Yan, who are you? Bai Yi, just a passing gods of destruction. Well, actually Bai Yi didn't have any difficult requirements for Liang Bing. He just asked Liang Bing not to swear when working overtime and fighting. After all, you can imagine it, when working overtime and fighting. The excited Liang Bing suddenly said, fuck, male god, I'm coming. Quote. Yes, Liang Bing would shout like this when exploring the truth. Sometimes Bai Yi lost interest. I can only say that she is really an unscrupulous demon queen. She is not the first person who can make Bai Yi speechless. Husband, should we go back now? Liang Bing hugged Bai Yi's arm and said delicately. After receiving the 100 million points sent by Bai Yi, Liang Bing also became the richest woman in the chat group besides Bai Yi. With her current points balance. Except for Bai Yi, all the people in the chat group don't have as much as her. Therefore, Liang Bing, who has become a rich woman, can't wait to go back and upgrade and strengthen herself. With these 100 million points, she can definitely become the strongest person in the super god universe above the holy Kesha. Wait a few minutes, the fun is coming. Quote, Bai Yi looked at the void of the universe millions of miles away, and a playful expression appeared in his black and red eyes. Fun. What fun. Quote, damn, husband, could it be that Angel's group of damn bitches are coming? Liang Bing suddenly said, and her eyes suddenly became a little strange. You guessed it right, it is indeed your favorite angel who is coming. Bai Yi smiled faintly. Bai Yi naturally knew the origin of Liang Bing, an angel. Who would have thought that Morgana, the demon queen who preached decadence and indulgence in the universe all day long, was actually Angel's daughter Liang Bing? Damn, it's really Angel's group of damn bitches who are coming. Quote, Liang Bing screamed. The demon gene in her body ignited, and the whole person turned into a demon. A pair of mechanical demon wings behind her spread out. The whole person looked like a demon that was so beautiful that it tempted people to fall. You really don't look good in this form. I prefer your human form. Bai Yi looked at the demon queen in front of him and commented. Damn, husband, this is my fighting form, okay. I can't fight in human form, right? Liang Bing complained. Suddenly, she thought of a question. By the way, husband, how did you know that Angel's group of bitches were coming? Liang Bing asked curiously. I am gods of destruction. Bai Yi said lightly. With the size of the known universe in your super god world, my perception is enough to cover the entire universe. Not only can I sense the arrival of that group of angels, I can also know where the galaxy coordinates of your angel civilization are. The universe of your super god world is so big, it's not difficult for me to sense these. Bai Yi explained lightly. Hearing this, Liang Bing was numb. Not only was she numb, even the people who were watching the live broadcast were dumbfounded. Qin Zulong, I thought my perception of the entire Shenyang city was strong enough, but I didn't expect that Lord Bai Yi's perception was strong enough to cover the entire universe. Qin Zulong, you are worthy of Lord Bai Yi. I am still too narrow-minded. Konoha Dance King, perception strong enough to cover the entire universe. If it is Lord Bai Yi, it is not surprising. Universe Overlord Boros, +1. Captain of the 5th Division, it is better to sell this Death God realm. Otherwise, I don't know when I can reach the strength of the star explosion. Universe Overlord Boros, at Captain of the 5th Division, call me when you can't beat me. I can help you clear all obstacles in your world, as long as you give me half of your world. Yatsuya Miko, the bosses are so scary. When I was still thinking about how to sell evil spirits, the bosses had already started to think about star explosion. Quote, super invincible beauty. Aqua, damn it. That stinky bitch stole my goddess husband and also stole my 100 million points. Quote, Su Xiaoxiao, at Captain of the 5th Division, Master Eisen, your third position in the chat group seems to have been taken away. Quote, Captain of the 5th Division, is it that Demon Queen? Let her take it away, I don't care about these, after all, she is Lord Bai's woman. Quote, Su Xiaoxiao, in fact, it's not just Master Eisen's position that has been taken away. Master Boros, your second position in the chat group is also a bit unstable. Quote, Universe Overlord Boros, why? That demon queen can beat me. Quote, Su Xiaoxiao, I can't beat her now, but when she upgrades with the 100 million points given by Lord Bai, no one in the chat group can match her except Lord Bai. Quote, Universe Overlord Boros, damn. Isn't this cheating? Quote, Konoha Dance King, ha ha ha. Boros, who told you not to be a woman? Quote, Universe Overlord Boros. Boros was dumbfounded. No, this is also possible. As long as I work overtime with Lord Bai Yi, I can become the second strongest person in the chat group. Is it too late for me to change my sex now? No. Why should I change my sex? Can't I just go to the earth and find some beautiful women to offer to Lord Bai Yi? Quote, in the One Punch world, Boros slapped his forehead. His path suddenly became a little wider. Super God world. Damn. Husband, do you have to be so scary? Liang Bing opened her cherry-red mouth slightly, looking at Bai Yi in shock. She felt that Bai Yi's perception was too amazing. Even the mellow heaven court, which was countless miles away, could sense it. Is there anything in the entire known universe that day and night don't know? Fortunately, this scary man is her husband. Liang Bing thought, and felt that she had made a big profit. Hubby, your perception makes me feel like I'm naked in front of you. Liang Bing couldn't help but complain. Bai Yi looked at her strangely. What's the difference? Quote, the two of them are so familiar with each other. Is there anything about her that Bai Yi doesn't know? Bai Yi now knows Liang Bing better than Liang Bing herself. Damn it. Liang Bing hit Bai Yi in shame and anger. Don't do it, I told you not to swear in front of me. Bai Yi said lightly. Hubby, this is my habit for thousands of years, okay, it's not that easy to change. Quote, what's more, I don't swear when I'm not doing that, so as not to disturb your interest. Quote, Liang Bing looked at Bai Yi with resentment. Bai Yi pinched her nose and smiled. Okay, your favorite angel is here, get ready to welcome her. Bai Yi's eyes suddenly looked at the vast void in front of him, and said lightly. And as his voice fell, there was no sound, there was no sign, a dazzling light flashed by. A huge white gold angel warship suddenly appeared in front of the two. Sky Blade 7, it's Angel's damn bitch. Quote, seeing the huge warship in front of her, Liang Bing gritted her teeth and said. As the demon queen who has been dealing with Angel for half her life, Liang Bing is naturally very familiar with the universe warship in front of her. Because this warship almost put her to death countless times. Sky Blade 7, the most powerful warship in Angel civilization, represents the highest level of the entire Angel civilization. The Knowledge Treasure House carried on its warship provides extremely powerful computing power, and the aerospace-level space-time shield is even more helpless against the powerful Teoti. The firepower equipment on this warship is even more amazing. An ordinary attack is enough to destroy a city. The 3 solar winds on its main weapon are even more amazing. If it is activated to the maximum power, its powerful and terrifying energy is even enough to destroy a planet. It can be said. Angel came prepared this time. Having given Angel Yan such a powerful warship, Keisha was determined to find out the reason why the dozen civilizations disappeared. So, Demon Queen, what do you want to do? Quote, Bai Yi's face was still calm, he looked at Liang Bing with a playful look, and said jokingly. Hate, what Demon Queen, husband, can't you call me dear? Quote, Liang Bing was very dissatisfied with Bai Yi's address, and said coquettishly. Bai Yi shrugged and did not comment. Husband, can you help me kill the damn stinking bitches on the opposite side? Quote, it's best to destroy them and the entire warship. Liang Bing said viciously. At this moment, she really showed the cruelty of the Demon Queen. Although she was once Angel's daughter. But in so many years of hostility, the feelings she once had for Angel civilization have all turned into hatred. Facing Angel's hateful stinking bitches, Liang Shui will not show mercy. Every time there is a war, the other side will fight to death. It would be best to destroy the other party's genetic code so that it cannot be resurrected. It's possible, but I refuse. Bai Yi said lightly with his hands behind his back. Why? Liang Bing was stunned. She thought that she could rely on the relationship between her and Bai Yi. Bai Yi would definitely agree to such a simple request. But unexpectedly, Bai Yi refused. I won't destroy beautiful things. Bai Yi said. Damn. Husband, you are not attracted to Angel's group of stinky bitches. Quote. Hearing this, Bing jumped up excitedly. You can say that, after all, I look at the face. Bai Yi did not deny it. Bai Yi is a free-spirited person, and also a gods of destruction who looks at the face. He will not destroy things that he does not want to destroy. Compared with destroying the beautiful angel, Bai Yi thinks it is more practical to destroy the ugly demon. Of course, the premise is that Angel does not provoke him. As long as Angel does not provoke Bai Yi, he will naturally not participate in the fight between Angel and the demon. At most, he will only be a fun person watching the show. Hubby, I'm jealous. Liang Bing said angrily. She knew it. Her cheap husband was indeed a member of the Appearance Association. No wonder he had to turn himself into a human. Damn. Liang Bing thought of the group of demons under her command, Facing the group of coquettish bitches of Angel Xingyan, it seemed that they had no advantage at all. Fortunately, there is a beautiful queen like me, otherwise how can you idiots live? Liang Bing's mind was full of thoughts. At this time, on the Sky Blade No. 7. In the cockpit. Angel Yan and Angel Leng looked at the images of Bai Yi and Liang Bing on the big screen. Their beautiful eyes were full of shock, and they seemed unbelievable. How could it be Morgana? She is alone. Where are her demon army? Quote, how did she get here? How did she survive in the void of universe? Has she upgraded to the 4th generation of godly body? Quote, also, who is the man next to Morgana? Quote, that man, how can he survive in the void of universe? Why is there no information about him in our knowledge base? Quote, Angel Yan and Angel Leng were very shocked. In just a few tens of seconds, they completed a series of exchanges using dark communication. Morgana and the mysterious man are both suspected to be 4th generation divine bodies. Quote, this kind of thing is beyond our response range. Please ask Queen Kesha, Yan. Angel said coldly. Yan nodded after hearing this. Morgana is suspected to have upgraded to the 4th generation divine body. This kind of thing is undoubtedly a huge hidden danger for angel civilization. Morgana, who is a 3rd generation divine body, is enough to give angel civilization a headache. And now that she has upgraded to the 4th generation divine body, she will undoubtedly give angels a headache. And there is also the mysterious male god next to her. Yan took a deep look at Bai Yi on the big screen. For some reason, this man always gave her an extremely terrifying feeling. This feeling is even worse than Queen Kesha. Yan even felt that this man was looking at her through the Sky Blade No. 7. Queen Kesha, we met the demon Queen Morgana. Quote, Yan quickly sent a message to the Holy Kesha of Angel Nebula. Tell me about your situation. Holy Kesha said, Queen, Morgana is suspected to have upgraded to the 4th generation body, and we also met a mysterious male god. All his information is not recorded in the Knowledge Treasure House. In fact, he is suspected to be a 4th generation god body like Morgana. Angel Yan said, 4th generation god body, mysterious male god. Quote, in the throne of Mellow Heaven, Queen Kesha, who was lazily supporting her chin at this time, was stunned after learning the communication from Yan. A mysterious male god who is not recorded in the Knowledge Treasure House. And it is suspected to be a 4th generation god body. This kind of thing is the first time that Kesha has encountered it in tens of thousands of years. After all, in the known universe of the super god world, Kesha knows all the powerful civilizations and strong people in the universe clearly. However, an accident happened today. Destroy Morgana. Quote, Holy Kesha thought for a while and gave the order. As for the mysterious male god, ask him if he is related to the disappearance of those dozen civilizations. Quote, if so, then he should also be punished by justice. Kesha sent a message. Yes, Queen Kesha. Quote, on Sky Blade No. 7, Mo and Leng clicked to buy at the same time. At the same time, Yan used Angel's communication to send a message to Bai Yi in the void of universe. Mysterious male god, we represent the will of the angel civilization, the sacred Kesha, to ask you, who are you? Quote, in the void of universe. Bai Yi stood with his hands behind his back, and heard the communication from Sky Blade No. 7, Bai Yi couldn't help but smile. Husband, those coquettish bitches are asking who you are. Liang Bing fanned the flames, wishing that Bai Yi and the angels would fight. Just a passing gods of destruction. Bai Yi held Liang Bing's little head and answered lightly. In the void of universe, there is no medium, so naturally, sound cannot be transmitted. But Bai Yi is a god, so naturally he has his own means. Gods of destruction, which civilization's god is this? Is it recorded in the Knowledge Treasure House? Quote, on the Sky Blade No. 7, all the emissaries on the ship were stunned after hearing Bai Yi's answer. Yan, that guy, looks very close to Morgana, and he is in cahoots with the devil. He is definitely not a good person. Angel said coldly. She has a little irritability. Don't jump to conclusions, that male god is not simple. Quote, Yan looked at Bai Yi with more fear. Didn't you find that he didn't use any communication means at all, and the sound was transmitted to the spacecraft? Du said. Hearing this, the angels on the spacecraft were shocked. The sound was transmitted to the spacecraft without using dark communication. That male god, how did he do it? Chapter 60 What is God? List of beauties from all over the world, the villains are too eager to improve. Universe void. Yan continued to ask Bai Yi through the communication means. Mysterious male god, did you do the disappearance of the dozen civilizations in this galaxy? Quote, yes. Bai Yi did not deny and nodded. Liang Bing next to him fanned the flames and used the communication means to send a message to the angels on Chiron Kij. Yes, yes. We did it. Quote, what? You bunch of stinky bitches, come to kill us. Quote, Liang Bing mocked provocatively, wishing that Angel and Bai Yi would fight. Yan, he admitted it. Quote, those disappeared civilizations were actually done by him. Quote, damn, I thought he looked pretty handsome. I didn't expect him to be such an evil guy. No wonder he was in cahoots with Morgana. Angel said coldly and impatiently. Sister Yan, give the order. Quote, it can be confirmed that he and Morgana are the targets we want to destroy this time. Angel said, now that it has been confirmed. Then Bai Yi and Morgana are the targets they want to destroy this time. Bai Yi's behavior of destroying more than a dozen civilizations for no reason. There is no doubt that it has touched the justice order that angels abide by. Wait a minute. Quote, Angel Yan took a deep breath and said, I will ask him one last question. Quote, then Yan sent a message to Bai Yi again, why do you do this? Why do you violate the order of the universe? Why do you destroy those civilizations for no reason? Quote, why? Quote, Bai Yi didn't take it seriously when he heard this. He shrugged and said lightly, there is no reason, it's just because of laziness. No matter how powerful a civilization is, it will always die. I just accelerated the process. Quote, ha ha ha, that's right. We are responsible for the destruction of those civilizations. Quote, you bunch of 993 damn bitches. Come and fuck us. They died miserably. Ha ha ha. Quote, Liang Bing put her hands on her waist and laughed sarcastically. The fox pretending to be powerful is reflected in her. On the sky blade no. 7. After hearing Bai Yi's explanation, Angel Yan was angry. Not only her, but also Angel Leng, Angel Zhui, Angel Moyi and other beautiful angel warriors all showed angry expressions on their faces. Obviously, Bai Yi's words have deeply touched their bottom line. Even the universe justice order preached by their angel civilization trampled it to pieces. Heretics. Quote, you too, heretic of the universe. Quote, Yan gnashed his teeth, extremely angry. Bai Yi's heretical speech just now was simply rubbing the justice in her heart to the ground. The man in front of her. He is even more evil than the devil. Morgana is not even 1% of him. Yan waved his hand fiercely and issued an attack order to Bai Yi and Liang Bing in front of him. Destroy them, Yan said coldly. Yes. Quote, the angels quickly executed. Buzz. In an instant, the 3 solar winds, the main weapons on the angel battleship, quickly condensed. The terrifying and hot energy filled up in an instant. Boom. There was no sound in the universe. But the powerful and terrifying solar wind energy made the surrounding universe tremble. A terrifying golden energy beam burst out instantly. At a speed that exceeded the speed of light, it fiercely blasted towards Bai Yi and Liang Bing. Fuck. Husband, save me. Quote, seeing that the angels were really serious, Qishui immediately hid behind Bai Yi using wormhole technology. As a 4th-generation divine body, it is difficult for her to die in the true sense. As long as she cannot be destroyed at the atomic level, she will not die. However, the solar wind energy on Tianren number 7 is no joke. Who knows if he will die after being hit by this blow? What if, under this energy that is enough to destroy a planet, even atoms will find it difficult to survive, right? Interesting, the technological power of your world has developed quite strongly. Quote, facing the fierce and terrifying solar wind energy, Bai Yi just smiled faintly, and his face was still calm. Although the speed of the solar wind energy is extremely fast. But in his eyes, it is actually about the same as a turtle's speed. This level of energy is enough to destroy a planet. Bai Yi said lightly, then slowly stretched out a palm, and spread out his slender white fingers. Then, in the extremely shocked eyes of Liang Bing, Angel Yan, and even all the angels on Tianren no. 7, as well as everyone who was watching the group live broadcast at the moment. I saw a faint purple light emanated from Baiyi's palm, and the solar wind energy that was strong enough to destroy a planet. In an instant, it turned into purple molecules, atoms, and even smaller unit particles. Dissipated in the dark universe. Until it disappeared completely. Chat group. Chin Zulong. Fuck. Quote. Konoha Dance King. Fuck. Quote. Universe Overlord Boros. Awesome. Quote. Captain of the 5th Division. 666. Quote. Super beautiful. Aqua. My husband is so handsome. Quote. Yotani Miko. Lord Baiyi is so handsome. Quote. Su Xiao Xiao. Is this the power of gods of destruction? Quote. Su Xiao Xiao. Although I already have a clue in my heart, it is really unbelievable to see it with my own eyes. Quote. Su Xiao Xiao was shocked by the terrifying resurrection world. She was so shocked that her scalp was numb. At this time, she was having dinner with her own sister. But seeing this scene in the group live broadcast, she didn't even care about eating, and she didn't even know that the chopsticks in her hand fell on the floor. Universe Overlord Boros, you are worthy of Lord Baiyi. Quote. Konoha Dance King. Yes, if it is Lord Baiyi, then nothing is surprising. Quote. Chin Zulong. It is really unbelievable. Is this really the power that a person can have? I can't even describe my feelings at this moment in words. Quote. In the Qin dynasty, His Majesty Zulong felt very complicated when he saw this scene. After seeing such a vast world, I can't go back. That ordinary human emperor life. He can never go back. I want to make progress. I want to be strong. I want to cultivate immortality. Quote. Ying Zheng clenched his fists, his heart was extremely surging. I want to become a god. Quote. Super invincible beauty. Aqua. Ha ha ha. See, this is the husband of this goddess. Quote. Yotani Miko. But goddess, isn't Lord Baiyi's current wife Liang Bing? It seems that you can only be a mistress now, right? Quote. Super invincible beauty. Aqua. It was obviously me who came first. That damn demon queen came later. Yotani Miko. Goddess, what a loser statement. Super invincible beauty. Aqua. Asshole. I am not a loser. Captain of the 5th Division. At Su Xiao Xiao, how about the energy emitted by that battleship just now? Death God World. Aizen was also shocked by Baiyi's power. But Baiyi is the gods of destruction standing at the top of the universe, so Aizen thought it was normal. At most, he felt a little incredible. At this time, Captain Aizen was most curious about the power of that battleship. This is the first time that Aizen has seen such a terrifying energy beam. He couldn't help but feel a strong curiosity about Liang Bing's super god world. Su Xiao Xiao. The battleship just now is called Sky Blade No. 7, which is the most powerful battleship in Angel civilization. The solar wind energy it emits is enough to destroy 10 planets. Quote. Su Xiao Xiao. In the chat group, no one can resist it except Lord Baiyi. Quote. Universe Overlord Boros. Can't I do it? Quote. Su Xiao Xiao. No, Boss Boros, even with your physical strength, you can't bear it. Quote. Universe Overlord Boros. Then what if I use the Star Collapse Roaring Cannon to fight it? Quote. Boros is still a little dissatisfied. Su Xiao Xiao. Sky Blade No. 7 will win, because Boss Boros's Star Collapse Energy Cannon is not enough to explode a star. Quote. Captain of the 5th Division. I see, it seems that the world where the Demon Queen lives has developed technology to a very powerful level. Su Xiao Xiao. Yes, according to the angels, their civilization has reached the level of God level. Quote. King of Konoha, God level. Su Xiao Xiao. It means that technology can create gods. Of course, this is just the arrogance of angels. A true God level civilization will not be so weak. Captain of the 5th Division. So, what is a true God level civilization like? After hearing what Su Xiao Xiao said, Aizen couldn't help but feel a little curious. Su Xiao Xiao. A true God-level civilization can restart the entire universe. Universe Overlord Boros. Restart the entire universe. Just like Lord Baiyi. Su Xiao Xiao. Almost the same, but there are still some differences, because Lord Baiyi destroyed the entire universe, not restarted it. King of Konoha, God-level civilization. Ha ha ha. It seems that I still have a long way to go. King of Konoha. In that case, my first step will be to dominate the entire ninja world. Group. Universe Overlord Boros, +1. Quote. Captain of the 5th Division, the ideas of the strong are always the same. Quote. Yotani Miko, the ideas of the big guys are so scary, shivering, JPG. Dakan Zulong, ha ha ha, Miss Su Xiaoxiao really knows a lot, but little girl, I have a question. Quote. Su Xiaoxiao, Your Majesty, please speak. Quote. Dakan Zulong, I want to ask, Miss Su Xiaoxiao, do you have a list of stunning beauties in the Qin world? If so, I can trade them with points. Su Xiaoxiao. Quote. Konoha Dance King. Quote. Universe Overlord Boros. Quote. Konoha Dance King. Quote. Konoha Dance King. Ying Zheng, why do you want this thing? We agreed to be single and fencing together, are you going to betray the oath between us? Quote. Universe Overlord Boros. I agree, Madara is right, women will only affect the speed of our upgrade. Ying Zheng, you can't become a real strong man if you indulge in women. Quote. Captain of the 5th Division, women are just pawns. Quote. Dakan Zulong. Cough cough cough, everyone, you misunderstood what I meant. I am now focused on becoming a god and have no interest in beauties. I want to find these stunning beauties not for my own enjoyment, but to offer them to Lord Baiyi. Quote. Chatting crowd. Quote. Dakan Zulong. Just now I seem to hear Lord Baiyi say that he likes beautiful things, so I have come up with this last resort. Quote. Ying Zheng's road has become wider because after seeing Baiyi's terrifying power, he wants to improve again. Chatting crowd. Quote. Konoha Dance King. Fuck. Why didn't you say it earlier, Ying Zheng? Universe Overlord Boros, damn it. This is the plan I thought of first. Ying Zheng, you actually said it out loud. Captain of the 5th Division. I see, those female ants in the world of death are finally useful. Yotani Miko, the newbie is trembling. Miko suddenly felt that her competitive pressure was so great. After Ying Zheng's suggestion, she was one of the few female members in the chat group. This advantage was gone in an instant. Super invincible beauty. Aqua. Oh my god. What do you guys want to do? Human trafficking. Quote. Dakan Zulong. Goddess, you are joking. I just want to give them a chance to serve the gods. Quote. Konoha Dance King. Ha ha ha. That's right, I think so too. Being able to serve Lord Baiyi is the honor they have earned in their 8 lifetimes. Quote. Konoha Dance King. At Su Xiaoxiao, do you have a list of beauties in the Naruto world? Give me one too. I can trade with points. Quote. Universe Overlord Boros. At Su Xiaoxiao, and I can give you 100,000 points. Quote. Captain of the 5th Division, give me one too. Quote. After seeing the true power of Baiyi, Captain Aizen also wants to improve. Not only him, but also the members of the group, after learning about Baiyi's interests and hobbies. They all want to improve. Su Xiaoxiao. In the world of horror resurrection, Su Xiaoxiao's heart is very entangled. She is thinking about whether to betray her principles. After all, what she is doing now is the same as human trafficking. I always feel like I have become a villain. Su Xiaoxiao was a little depressed. But after seeing the 100,000 points trade offered by Boros, Su Xiaoxiao finally lost her principles. Principles. How many points are principles worth? Su Xiaoxiao. All. Quote. Qin Zulong, the Great 5. 8. I want one. Quote. Konoha Dance King. I want one too. Quote. Universe Overlord Boros, +1. Quote. Captain of the 5th Division, +1. Quote. Ding. Group members Qin Zulong, Konoha Dance King, Universe Overlord Boros, sent Su Xiaoxiao 8 points red envelope. Closing square bracket. Su Xiaoxiao looked at the 400,000 points she had obtained. She was even more determined in her mind. Sure enough, principles and such are better left to the dogs. Points are the best. King of Konoha, ha ha ha. I never thought that in the ninja world where I live, there is a woman who is more evil than that demon queen. Lord Baiyi should like her. Quote, Su Xiaoxiao, Uncle Madara, you are talking about Tsunade, right? Isn't Tsunade the granddaughter of your favorite Hashirama? If you do this, aren't you afraid that Hashirama will come out of the ground and beat you? King of Konoha, humph. I let that guy's granddaughter get a chance to serve God. Not only can Hashirama not blame me, he has to thank me. Quote, Su Xiaoxiao. Su Xiaoxiao. Okay, holding his forehead. JPG. Tsunade, Yanlingji, and everyone in the 10,000 worlds. I can only wish you good luck when you meet this group of licking dogs and villains in the chat group. Anyway, Lord Baiyi is so handsome, and he is also a god standing at the top of the universe. You are not at a disadvantage. No, damn, their status and power are not equal, they won't make a lot of money. Su Xiaoxiao suddenly felt a little envious. But soon she shook her head vigorously, throwing away the messy thoughts in her mind. Let's eat. Quote, Su Xiaoxiao picked up the chopsticks on the ground, washed them, and watched the live broadcast in her mind while eating. Chapter 61 Humiliating Angel Yan. Liang Bing, husband, I will help you catch Angel to warm the bed. Super God World. Fuck. Husband, is this true? Quote, you cleared the solar wind so easily. Quote, Liang Bing poked her head out from behind Baiyi and said in shock. She thought that Baiyi's posture of resisting the solar wind energy would be very earth-shattering. Unexpectedly, she still underestimated Baiyi. Baiyi simply raised his hand, and the entire energy storm that was enough to destroy the entire planet disappeared in an instant. Such means are simply terrifying. There are still many things you don't know. Baiyi said lightly. He stepped on the void, his hands behind his back, and his red eyes were indifferent. I have to say that I have been with Beerus for a long time before. Baiyi's standing posture is becoming more and more like Beerus. Even, just from the standing posture, you can tell that Baiyi is terribly strong. Hubby, you're so handsome. Quote, I'm so lucky to meet you. Ha ha ha. Quote, Liang Bing turned back to human form, put her hands around Baiyi's neck from behind, and smiled sweetly. She knew that Baiyi liked her human form the most. So she decided that she would never become a demon again. Anyway, Baiyi would protect her. She would just be beautiful in the future, and use her human form to charm this bad guy to death. Meanwhile, on Sky Blade No. 7, Angel Yan, Angel Leng, together with Angel Moi and Zhui and other female angel warriors. Seeing the extremely terrifying scene just now, everyone was numb. At this moment, they all had dull eyes, their beautiful eyes wide open, and stood there in a daze. They didn't know what to say. How is this possible? Quote, the solar wind energy was actually blocked. Yan was so unbelievable that even his breathing became a little rapid. What was that power just now? Quote, the energy of the solar wind is enough to destroy a planet. It disappeared in an instant. Quote, that man. What kind of monster is he? Angel's cold and pretty face was full of shock. This kind of power. This mysterious and terrifying power. There is no record of it in their knowledge treasure house. Even, a god as terrifying as Baiyi has no information in the knowledge treasure house. 22. Such a terrifying god. They don't have any information at all. This simply shocked all the female angels. There is no doubt. The male god in front of them is not something they can deal with. Even is the most powerful queen in their angel nebula, Holy Kesha, the opponent of the male god in front of them. There is a big question mark. Because even Holy Kesha can't resist the solar wind. Escape. Quote, Yan made a prompt decision and issued an order to retreat. Facing the mysterious man in front of him, they had no chance of winning, so they had to report to Queen Kesha and let her make the decision. They didn't need to use computing power to analyze the current situation. Their intuition told them, they, Angel Nebula, had provoked an enemy that they shouldn't have provoked. Queen, I'm afraid you made a wrong decision this time. Quote, Angel civilization is going to be in big trouble. Even Yan, Queen Kesha's most loyal supporter, had great doubts about Queen Kesha's order at this moment. Speed up. Escape. Quote, escape at all costs. Quote, that guy is no longer something we can deal with. Yan's beautiful face became extremely cold at this moment, and he gave a loud order. The female angel warriors under his command immediately used their intelligence brains to fully activate the operation of the Sky Blade No. 7. Buzz tilde. In an instant, the speed of the Sky Blade No. 7 burst out at full speed. It instantly shuttled through the entire galaxy. It flew tens of millions of kilometers. Seeing that the opponent did not catch up, Yan leaned against the wall weakly and was about to breathe a sigh of relief. Leng and a group of angels also wiped the cold sweat from their foreheads. However, before they could relax for a few seconds, a whoosh sound came from the air. In the shocked and even horrified eyes of all the angels, the figures of Bai Yi and Liang Bing suddenly appeared in front of everyone. "Hubby, have you caught up?" Quote, "Hubby, your ability is too amazing, isn't it? Who can outrun you from now on?" Quote, "You can't beat me, and you can't outrun me. If the enemy sees you in the future, just surrender and wait for death." Quote, Liang Bing came to the angel battleship, ignoring the dark faces of all the angels around her, and said to herself. Her beautiful and charming face was extremely excited. Little did she know that because of her words just now, the faces of all the angels present had turned gloomy. Morgana. Quote, Yan gritted her teeth and said, her nerves were tense, and she was ready to fight. "Is this male god your husband?" Yan said with a dark face. She looked at Bai Yi, her heart full of fear. "Yes, he is my male god and husband, what's the problem?" Quote, "Why? You damn bitches didn't expect that I would find such a powerful and handsome male god." "Ha ha ha," Liang Bing said, kissing Bai Yi hard on the face, and then laughed wildly. In her 10,000 years of hostility with Angel, she has never felt so good as today. Seeing the expression on the face of Angel Yan, the stinky bitch, as if she had eaten a fly. It was so good for Liang Bing. If possible, it would be even better if Keisha, the stinky bitch, saw it. Seeing Liang Bing's extremely arrogant look, Yan's face was terribly cold. Choke. As she sacrificed a red sword from Keisha's arsenal. The sword pointed directly at Liang Bing. The atmosphere at the scene suddenly became a little tense. "This mysterious male god, may I ask your name?" Yan looked at Bai Yi, with a deep seriousness and fear in her beautiful eyes. Bai Yi. Bai Yi crossed his arms, leaned lazily against the wall, and spoke lightly. His black and red eyes looked at the angels in front of him, and an interesting expression appeared on his evil and handsome face. Quote, Yan muttered to herself, remembering the name. Her sword still pointed directly at Liang Bing. "Lord Bai Yi," she said, "you are her male god." "Is that right?" Yan asked again, respectfully addressing Bai Yi as Lord God. Because Bai Yi's strength has obviously reached this level. Even surpassing, even more than. "I guess so," Bai Yi said, his face still had that lazy expression of looking at fun. However, even so, all the angels present did not dare to underestimate him. Instead, they all looked at Bai Yi with an extremely stern look. Angel Leng, Angel Moi, Angel Zhui and other high-level angels. The fear of Bai Yi has reached an unspeakable level. "Damn, husband, what do you mean by, consider it, it's obviously, okay." Quote, "I've given you everything, husband, do you still want to cheat?" Liang Bing said unhappily. Yan looked at Liang Bing deeply. But he ignored her. Instead, he continued to ask Bai Yi. "Lord Bai Yi, what is your philosophy for the universe? Why do you like Morgana?" Yan asked. "Philosophy? My philosophy is destruction, and to have fun in the universe and spend those long years." Quote, Bai Yi said lazily. He found it interesting, so he answered Yan's question. "As for why I like this guy, it's very simple. I am a person who looks at faces and likes beautiful things." Bai Yi said lightly. "Husband, why are you wasting so much time with these stinky bitches? Isn't it enough to just do it with them?" Liang Bing shouted with some dissatisfaction. Yan ignored her. Because she was stalling for time. She had just used dark communication to notify Keisha on the angel channel. What she had to do now was to delay as much time as possible until Keisha arrived. Bai Yi naturally knew Yan's purpose. But as a fun person, he was also happy to act with Angel Yan. "Look at the face, so that's it." Quote, "If that's the reason, Lord Bai Yi, our angel is the most beautiful warrior in the universe, Lin should like her." Yan said flatteringly. As she said that, she put away the red blade in her hand, slowly walked to Bai Yi, leaned over, and smiled charmingly. Lord Bai Yi, what do you think of me? Quote, you stinky bitch. You actually want to seduce my husband. Quote, seeing Yan's coquettish and slutty look, Liang Bing was instantly angry. She immediately sacrificed a dagger and wanted to kill Yan Yi, the bitch. However, she was stopped by Bai Yi. Bai Yi was a little interested, waved his hand, and stopped Liang Bing's idea of killing Yan. His black and red eyes looked at Angel Yan in front of him. Bai Yi slowly stretched out his hand, pinched Yan's chin, and lifted it slightly. She looks pretty good, Bai Yi said lightly. Thank you for the compliment from Lord Bai Yi. I wonder how I compare to Morgana. Quote, being pinched by Bai Yi so frivolously, Yan's pretty face turned red, and a trace of humiliation flashed in her beautiful eyes. As angels, they are all extremely arrogant warriors. Yan, the thunder god of war, has never been treated so humiliatingly. It's just that Bai Yi is handsome enough. He is also extremely powerful. It makes the arrogant Yan feel a little comforted. Otherwise, she would have stabbed him at this moment. It can only be said that as the most arrogant angel in the super god universe, she also looks at the face. You are not as good as her. She is the biggest evil in the universe. Bai Yi pinched Yan's chin and said, HMPH. Did you hear that? You are not as good as me. Stinky bitch. Quote, Liang Bing snorted coldly, straightened her biggest evil in the universe, and rippled slightly. Yan was stunned. Originally, she didn't know what the biggest evil in the universe Bai Yi was talking about. But with Liang Bing's interruption, she looked down and compared herself with Liang Bing. Yan, an experienced driver, immediately understood what Bai Yi was talking about. Yan's pretty face turned red and she took a deep breath. She looked at Bai Yi and said, Lord Bai Yi, I think I am not worse than her. Quote, if Lord Bai Yi just simply likes beautiful things, I think our beautiful and noble angel is your best choice, not the devil Morgana. Yan said seriously. Really? Then I'll try it. Quote, Bai Yi smiled slightly and became interested. His right hand touched Yan's slender waist, and Yan was completely pressed against Bai Yi's arms. Bai Yi pinched Angel Yan's chin, leaned over and lowered his head in the latter's humiliating expression. Tilda. Bai Yi waved his hand, and a purple energy shield instantly surrounded the two of them. It blocked all sights from the outside and the people chatting in the group live broadcast. Yan. Quote, damn it. Quote, seeing Angel Yan suffer such a great humiliation, Angel Leng, Angel Zhui, Angel Moi and other high-level angels could no longer endure it. All the angels took out their weapons. Led by Angel Leng, they all attacked Liang Bing. Haha, you bunch of bitches. Do you really think you can defeat me just because you have more people? Quote, facing the angels attacking from all directions, Liang Bing sneered. Bang, bang, bang bang bang. She dodged the attacks of the angels in an instant, and then punched all the attacking angels one by one, sending them flying backwards. Damn it, Morgana, I will never forgive you. Quote, Angel Leng was extremely angry, holding a golden blade, and flashed behind Liang Bing at an extremely fast speed. The golden blade in his hand stabbed Liang Bing's waist fiercely. Tisk. Quote, Liang Bing laughed disdainfully, turned around, and kicked Leng in the lower abdomen with a bang. He kicked Leng several meters away directly, and his body hit the wall of Tianren number 7 fiercely. Puff. Quote, a large mouthful of blood spurted out of Leng's mouth. She leaned against the wall with a trembling body, looking at Liang Bing with an extremely unbelievable look. Morgana, you have upgraded to the 4th generation of divine body. Leng wiped the blood stains from his mouth and said 19. Yeah, what's wrong? You bunch of coquettish bitches didn't expect it, right? Quote, this is all thanks to the help of my husband Tilda. Liang Bing crossed her arms and looked at the angel around her with a playful look, laughing. 4th generation divine body. How is this possible? Quote, Morgana, with your demonic computing power and technology, how could you upgrade to the 4th generation of divine body? Angel said in disbelief. Nothing is impossible in this universe, and, didn't I say, this is all thanks to the help of my husband. Quote, Liang Bing was in a very happy mood at the moment. She raised her chin and motioned the angels to look at the purple protective shield next to her. Well, it's the male god who is humiliating your thunder god of war. He is my husband, Liang Bing said with a smile. And with her words, the angel present was angered again. Morgana, I'm going to kill you. Leng shouted angrily, and attacked again with the golden blade in hand. Angel Zhui, Angel Moi and other high-level angels also covered Leng. They attacked Liang Shui again from all directions. Haha, stupid. It seems that you still don't know the gap between you and me. Liang Bing sneered. Her husband had boasted to her in front of her, which made her unhappy enough. Unexpectedly, these coquettish bitches were so ignorant. This made Liang Bing even more angry. Therefore, she directly used Zhen Jie. She took out her and Su's silver chain from the armory. Accompanied by a few, snap, and, snap. In an instant, dozens of high-level angels present were beaten by her and lost their combat effectiveness. Even Angel Leng, the most powerful guard besides Yan, was beaten by Liang Bing with scars all over his body. He was lying on the floor in pain, holding his chest with his dying breath. You should thank my husband because he is very interested in you bitches, so I spared your lives. Quote, otherwise, I would have destroyed your genetic code long ago, leaving you bitches with no chance of resurrection. Quote, Liang Bing said with a sneer, playing with the silver chain in her hand. Because of the existence of this group of bitches, she felt that her position in Bai Yi's heart was somewhat shaken. If possible, she really wanted to destroy the entire angel nebula. Let only herself be the only angel in the super god universe. In this way, Bai Yi would only love her in this world. Of course, I didn't let you go for nothing. Quote, you bitches, you will be responsible for being maids for my husband in the future. Quote, it is your honor to be a maid for the supreme gods of destruction. Quote, Liang Bing said, taking out a long chain from her arsenal. Under the humiliating gazes of all angels, she tied them all up. Chapter 62, Kesha arrives. Shameful and angry Angel Yan, Bai Yi, I will remember you. Liang Bing clapped her hands, looked at the beautiful angels tied together in front of her, and nodded. She seemed very satisfied with her work. Morgana, quote, Angel Leng, who was tied up by chains, had a terrible dark expression, and she wanted to eat Liang Bing alive. Liang Bing frowned when she saw Leng's expression. She walked forward slowly, raised her hand. With a snap, a slap hit Leng's face hard. Leng was stunned. Now, you are all my captives, remember to call me queen in the future. Liang Shui said coldly. Asshole. I must kill you. Quote, being humiliated like this, Leng was furious. However, snap, snap, snap. Liang Bing slapped Angel Leng's pretty face a few more times, making it red. There was blood at the corner of her mouth. Haha, I like the way you want to kill me but can't do anything about it. Liang Bing said jokingly. Remember your current status, you bunch of voluptuous bitches, you are all captives of this queen now. Quote, when that bitch Kesha comes, not only you, but even she will be my captive. Liang Bing's beautiful face was full of joy. You are dreaming. Quote, Queen Kesha will definitely kill you. Angel Leng was extremely angry. Kesha was her idol and the target she swore to follow. She would never allow anyone to defile her goddess like this. Really, I am now a fourth-generation divine body. Not to mention that bitch Kesha, even your Tianji Wang Hexi can't do anything to me. Liang Bing laughed coldly. As she spoke, she looked at the purple energy shield beside her. What's more, do you really think that bitch Kesha can be my husband's opponent? Hearing this, the angels immediately thought of Bai Yi's terrifying strength. Cold sweat broke out on their foreheads. They were worried about Kesha's safety. Queen Kesha, will she really be the opponent of this terrifying male god? The angels were extremely worried. Even Angel Leng, Kesha's most loyal follower, couldn't help but pray for Kesha at this moment. Hee, it seems that you bitches have accepted your fate. I thought you were so tough, but you are just like this. Looking at the group of desperate angels in front of her, Liang Bing hugged her chest, her eyes full of ridicule. Look at your thunder god of war, bitches, being favored by my husband, I don't know how much she enjoys it now. Liang Bing sneered and said with some jealousy. Angel Leng, who was desperate, didn't want to fight with Liang Bing anymore. But with Liang Bing's words, the angels who were desperate just now became extremely angry again. They all gritted their teeth and stared at Liang Bing fiercely. They wished they could eat her alive. Morgana, you will die. Angel Leng said with great humiliation. Tisk. It's just a few words back and forth, boring. Liang Bing felt bored and shrugged, too lazy to tease these angels. Hey, husband, have you kissed enough? If you keep kissing like this, I'm really going to be jealous. Liang Bing walked to the purple protective shield, knocked it with her hand, and said a little unhappy. Any woman who encounters this situation, I'm afraid she will be jealous. Even Liang Bing, the demon queen who likes to lead people to fall. Husband, are you okay? I'm really jealous. Quote. Liang Bing was a little angry and knocked hard on the protective shield. And at this time, there was a buzzing sound. The purple energy shield slowly opened. Angel Yan, with a face full of humiliation, flew out of the shield. She took out her red blade from the arsenal. The tip of the sword pointed directly at Bai Yi. Her beautiful face was full of humiliation and resentment. Bai Yi, I will remember you. Today's humiliation, I will remember it forever, for all eternity. Quote. Angel Yan bit her cherry lips, and her lips were bleeding. Really? Quote. Bai Yi's figure also slowly walked out of the energy shield. He had his hands around his chest, and his black and red eyes were still lazy and indifferent. He didn't care about what Angel Yan said just now. Bai Yi, I will definitely kill you ~. Yan said with great humiliation. God knows what she had just experienced in the shield. She was almost kissed silly by Bai Yi. Interesting, I'll wait. Quote. Bai Yi smiled faintly. But you may not know how big the gap between you and me is. Bai Yi looked at Angel Yan and said. Hearing this, Yan was stunned and asked, how many are there? Quote. Since you want to kill me, I can tell you that there are so many universes. Of course, I'm not talking about the known universes in your world, but the real universes. Bai Yi said lightly, and slowly walked in front of her in Yan's murderous eyes. He stretched out his hand to pinch her chin and lifted it up. So, do you think you can still kill me now? Bai Yi looked at the latter's extremely humiliated eyes and said playfully. Snap. Yan suddenly broke free from Bai Yi's restraints, his eyes full of horror. Not just her. Everyone present, even Liang Bing. After hearing what Bai Yi said just now, they all looked at Bai Yi with an extremely horrified look. More than a dozen universes. If what this male god said is true. So, what kind of concept is this? You know, their angel civilization has developed for nearly 100,000 years, and the universes they know so far are just known universes. Even the most powerful angel civilization in the super god world has no idea about the unknown universe outside the known universe. Yan felt her scalp tingling at this moment, and she suddenly realized that she might never be able to wash away the humiliation just now in her life. Yan stared at Bai Yi tightly and asked loudly, who are you? Quote. Bai Yi said lightly, a gods of destruction. Quote. Are you a good person or a bad person? Yan took a deep breath. I am neither a good person nor a bad person, I song as 10 gods. Quote. Bai Yi put his hands behind his back. He was tall and straight, and his face was extremely handsome. The breath he exuded at this moment. It was like a supreme god. Evil and noble. Indifferent and powerful. Supreme. This supreme and slightly evil aura made everyone present scalp tingle, and their eyes were full of deep shock and trembling. I understand. Yan took a deep breath and looked at Bai Yi deeply. Let them all go. I can do whatever you want. Yan put down the blade in her hand and said. She already understood. No matter what she did, no matter how many years she grew up, she would never be the opponent of the man in front of her. Yan, who had figured it out, could only surrender and use Bai Yi's interest in her to exchange for the freedom of other angels. Liang Bing came over at this time and stared at Yan unhappily. You little bitch, are you dreaming? These short skirts are all my trophies. Quote. You still want to exchange one person for all of them. Dream on. Quote. As she said that, Liang Bing hugged Bai Yi's arm again and said flatteringly, Husband, do you think I did a good job? These little skirts are all the spoils I caught to warm your bed. Quote. Hee hee. Husband, they will all be our maids in the future. Quote. Hearing this, the captured angels were all angry. They all stared at Liang Bing with a cannibalistic look. If eyes could kill, then Jing Shui would have been torn into pieces by now. Well done. Quote. Looking at the beautiful angels tied together on the ground, Bai Yi was in a good mood. Did he praise Liang Bing? Hee hee. Husband, this is what I should do. Quote. Being praised by Bai Yi for the first time, Liang Bing was very happy. She seemed to have known how to please Bai Yi. Lord Bai Yi, can't you let them go? Yan asked again. This time, before Bai Yi spoke, Liang Bing couldn't help it. Fuck, you little bitch, how big do you think your ass is? You still want to negotiate with my husband? Quote. Liang Bing cursed. She stepped forward and subdued Angel Yan with one move, and tied him up with a chain. Finally, she did not forget to kick Yan's ass, kicking Yan into the crowd of angels. It must be said that this kick was more or less full of personal hatred. Liang Bing had been enduring this angel who hooked up with her husband for a long time. After doing this, Liang Bing clapped her hands and came to Bai Yi's side, looking at Bai Yi with her beautiful eyes, expecting Bai Yi's praise. Bai Yi just glanced at her speechlessly. He didn't say anything. Angel Nebula, Mellow Heaven. Yan was defeated. Quote. Kesha, who learned the news through dark communication, immediately used space transmission technology. Quickly landed on Tianren No. 7. It was just a moment. Holy Kesha crossed countless kilometers and appeared in front of Bai Yi in an instant. Holy Kesha. Quote. You bitch actually came. Quote. The old enemies were extremely jealous when they met. The moment she saw Kesha appear, the angry Liang Bing condensed her demon claws from the arsenal and grabbed Kesha's head fiercely. Kesha, who suddenly appeared, just glanced at her lightly. Then he waved his hand. Bang! Just a slap, Liang Bing was knocked back. Both of them are fourth-generation divine bodies. But there is still a gap between the fourth-generation divine bodies. Even if Liang Bing has upgraded to the fourth-generation divine body, she is far from being the opponent of Kesha, the strongest person in the universe. Fuck. I have upgraded to the fourth-generation divine body, why am I not the opponent of this bitch? Quote. No. I want to upgrade. I want to upgrade to the fifth-generation divine body and beat you, a bitch. Quote. Liang Bing, who was knocked down by Kesha, was extremely angry. She immediately used the 100 million points she got from Bai Yi. She shouted in her mind, System, I want to upgrade and strengthen to the fifth generation of divine body. Quote. Ding. Group member Kesha is a bitch, do you want to consume 99 million points to upgrade the fourth generation divine body to the fifth generation? Closing square bracket. Quote. Yes. Liang Bing didn't hesitate at all. Anyway, she has plenty of money now. Ding. 99 million points consumed successfully. Your divine body has been upgraded to the fifth generation. Closing square bracket. Buzz. With a dazzling golden light, Liang Bing's fourth generation divine body was instantly upgraded to the fifth generation. While her immortal ability was greatly enhanced, Liang Bing also felt that she had an extra ability. A freely controllable void engine. In other words, now she can even release a powerful black hole. This is different from Hua Yi's fifth generation body. Because Liang Bing's void engine and black hole are both controllable. Even, Liang Bing can clearly feel that with her current computing power, she can easily ban all the abilities of the fourth generation divine body of Holy Kesha. Unlike Hua Yi's fake fifth generation divine body, Liang Bing's divine body now upgraded with 99 million points. It is a fifth generation divine body in the true sense. In other words, now that she has successfully upgraded to the fifth generation divine body, she can casually press Holy Kesha to the floor and rub it. Morgana, have you upgraded to the fourth generation divine body? Quote. After just the first move, Kesha noticed the changes in Liang Bing's divine body and said in surprise. Huh. It's the fifth generation now. Quote. Liang Bing put her hands on her waist, feeling extremely happy. What did you say? Quote. For the first time, a look of shock appeared on Kesha's face. Kesha, you bitch, you never thought that I would have this day, right? Ha ha ha. Quote. This is all thanks to me finding a powerful husband, and thanks to my husband's points, I am now a fifth generation divine body, and no one in the entire known universe will be my opponent. Even you, a damn bitch. Ha ha ha. Quote. Liang Bing laughed wildly, and she felt so happy when she saw Kesha's shocked eyes. Husband, what did you say? Morgana, you found your man. Quote. Kesha was extremely shocked. The demon queen who dominated the universe actually had a husband. This is a big news that can make a sensation in the universe. Keisha was extremely shocked. She really couldn't imagine who in the universe could conquer the unscrupulous demon queen. Damn it. Keisha turned her head and noticed Bai Yi, who was watching the show on the side. Is it this man? Quote. When she found that her computing power could not analyze Bai Yi's data, Keisha's eyes suddenly shrank. Who is this male god? Is he Morgana's male god? Why is there no record of him in the sacred knowledge treasury? Even her computing power cannot get any information about Bai Yi. Queen Keisha. Run. You are not their opponent. Quote. That male god is not from our known universe. Yan suddenly reminded loudly. What? Quote. Hearing this, Keisha was even more shocked. Not from the known universe. Then the man in front of her is from the unknown universe. In just a few seconds, Keisha analyzed the whole reason for the incident. Holy Keisha, you bitch. Get ready to be trampled under my feet today. Quote. Liang Bing sneered. Now that she has upgraded to the 5th generation of the divine body, she no longer has the fear of Keisha that she had in the past. At this moment, she just wants to press Keisha to the ground and rub her hard. To relieve her hatred of being hunted down for thousands of years. Holy Keisha, prepare to be beaten by me. Liang Bing laughed excitedly and immediately attacked Keisha. At this time, ding sounded. The prompt sound of the chat group was immediately transmitted to the minds of all group members. Ding. Group task triggered. Group task. Angel and Devil, God and God. Super God World exclusive group task. Please members of the Super God World, defeat the strongest known universe Holy Keisha. Task reward, 10 million points. Towel Bai Yi, Liang Bing, chat group members. P.S. Thank you for the reward from Good Cute Master, thank you. In order to avoid watering down the word count, I will not mention the thanks here in the future. The author will build a thank you building in the work related. Chapter 63 The Holy Keisha who was beaten violently, and Angel Yan who was willing to be a maid. Chat group. At this time, everyone was watching Liang Bing's group live broadcast. When they heard the 10 million points task that was suddenly triggered, their hearts were shocked. Dakan Zulong, the group task has been triggered again. The reward for this task is 10 million points. Hiss. Yatsuya Janzi, Frog Fun. 10 million points. Did I see it right? Quote. Su Xiao, Janzi, you did see it right. The group task triggered this time is indeed worth 10 million points. Quote. Yatsuya Janzi, 10 million points. How many evil spirits do I have to sell to earn it? Quote. Yatsuya Janzi, if you can give me these 10 million points, even if I let Lord Bai Yi I am willing to be your husband. Super beautiful. Aqua. Get lost. You little human bitch really want everything. Su Xiao, Miss Janzi, you are going to become the dream girl of Lord Bai Yi. Yotani Janzi, hey. Dakan Zulong, if I can get these 10 million points, it will be enough to take me one step further on the road to immortality. Konoha Dance King, Ying Zheng, don't think about it anymore. This time it is obviously a special group task, which can only be completed by the group members of the Super God World. Universe Overlord Boros, I have a question. If we can travel to the Super God World, can I also complete this task? Captain of the 5th Division, +1, I am also curious. 1. Su Xiao, it should be possible. Su Xiao, the group task says that the group members are in the Super God World. In other words, as long as you defeat the Holy Keisha in the Super God World, no matter which world the group members are in, they can get a reward of 10 million points. Single quote. Konoha Dance King, ha ha ha. If I ask the Demon Queen for permission to travel through time and defeat Keisha in the Super God World, won't I get 10 million points? Quote. Dakan Zulong, +1, I also want to do group tasks. Quote. Captain of the 5th Division, interesting, if possible, please add me. Quote. Universe Overlord Boros, I'm not trying to attack you, can you beat that guy called Keisha? Quote. Konoha Dance King, it's just a woman with wings. How do you know if you don't try? Quote. Mr. Madara is still as confident as ever. Su Xiao, Mr. Madara, actually what Mr. Boros said is right. With your current strength, you are really no match for the Holy Keisha. Quote. Konoha Dance King. Quote, Konoha Dance King, how is this possible? That woman looks so weak. Captain of the 5th Division, 167 inches. It seems that there are indeed many strong people in the 10,000 worlds. Quote, Yotani Miko, the newbie is trembling. Dakan Zulong, Miss Su Xiaoxiao, is what you just said true? Is that Keisha that powerful? Quote, Su Xiaoxiao, Holy Keisha is the 4th generation of divine body, and is even close to the 5th generation. Her strength has long been at the top of the known universe in the super god world. With Keisha's divine body, if you can't cause damage at the atomic level, you can't defeat her at all. Su Xiaoxiao, currently in our group chat, only Lord Bai Yi and boss Liang Bing, who has upgraded to the 5th generation of divine body, can defeat Keisha, so don't think about going to the super god universe to brush points. Quote, super invincible beauty. Aqua, impossible. That's because she didn't meet this goddess. This goddess can beat her at will. Quote, Aqua, the mentally retarded goddess, still has no idea. Su Xiaoxiao. Su Xiaoxiao, Master Aqua, you can't even beat Master Madara. Quote, Konoha Dance King. Quote, Konoha Dance King, when did I become a unit of measurement? Quote, Universe Overlord Boros, what about me? Quote, Dakan Zulong, Miss Su Xiaoxiao, with Master Boros's power, it should be enough to defeat Holy Kesha, right? Quote, Konoha Dance King, I am also curious. Quote, Captain of the 5th Division, +1. Quote, Yotani Miko, +1+1. Quote, Su Xiaoxiao, excuse me, even Master Boros may not be able to defeat Holy Kesha. Quote, Universe Overlord Boros, why? With my current power, I am already close to the level of Starburst. Quote, in the One Punch world, Boros also became interested when he heard Su Xiaoxiao say that he could not defeat Holy Kesha. Su Xiaoxiao, Kesha's power may not cause fatal damage to Boros, but Kesha has a holy body. Even if she can't beat Boros, she won't be defeated. Only damage above the star level can completely defeat Holy Kesha. Quote, Universe Overlord Boros, ha ha ha. Interesting, Su Xiaoxiao, CCAB, is the divine body called the holy body really that powerful? Quote, Su Xiaoxiao, it's really that powerful. As I said, as long as it can't be destroyed at the atomic level, Holy Kesha can't be truly defeated. Quote, Universe Overlord Boros, you made me a little moved. Quote, Universe Overlord Boros, Keisha is a bitch, Demon Queen, do you have the technology to upgrade the sacred body? I can exchange points with you. Boros was indeed tempted. Although his body is strong, he can quickly repair even if he is fatally injured. But who doesn't want to make his body stronger? The 4th generation divine body that Su Xiaoxiao mentioned sounds like a good thing. If he can get it, I'm afraid his strength will be even better. Konoha Dance King. Add me, although I don't know what an atom is, the 4th generation divine body sounds very powerful. Quote, Mr. Madara was also tempted. Compared to the immortal body, he felt that the 4th generation divine body described by Su Xiaoxiao was more powerful. Of course, if the two can be used together, it would be even better. Captain of the 5th Division, +1, I'm interested too. Quote, Dakan Zulong, forget about me, such a powerful divine body sounds very expensive. I'm afraid I can't afford it even if I empty the entire treasury. Quote, His Majesty Zulong is very open-minded. The world he lives in is the mortal world. In the entire huge world, he is the only extraordinary person. As we all know, things in the mortal world are worthless. Therefore, Yingjung still feels that it is more practical to cling to Bai Yi's thighs and offer Bai Yi beautiful maids. Yitani Miko, no money +1, I'd better continue to sell evil spirits. Quote, Miko now just wants to be a little expert in buying evil spirits. Super invincible beauty. Aqua. Huh. What 4th generation divine body? It feels inferior to the divine body of this goddess, but this goddess can be resurrected infinitely. Quote, this time Aqua, the mentally retarded goddess, is right. She can indeed be resurrected infinitely. Universe Overlord Boros. Kesha is a bitch, Demon Queen, do you have the technology to upgrade the 4th generation divine body? How about I exchange it with you for 3 million points? Quote, Kesha is a bitch, get out. I'm fighting here, I don't have time. Quote. Universe Overlord Boros. Super God World. Liang Bing and Keisha are facing each other. When she heard the group task was triggered, Liang Bing became extremely excited. She looked at Keisha in front of her with burning eyes, as if she was looking at a huge gold mountain. That weird look gave the holy Keisha goosebumps. He. 10 million points. Quote. Keisha, you bitch, I didn't expect you to be worth so much money. This chat group system is really, you really understand me too well. You actually triggered such a group task in our world. Liang Bing licked her red lips and said excitedly. Keisha, this time, I will beat you hard. After that, Liang Shui took out her silver chain from her arsenal. She looked at Keisha with joy. Morgana, come on. Keisha's eyes were cold. She waved her hand and the void behind her trembled. In an instant, silver blades appeared out of thin air and they intertwined with each other. In an instant, they formed a righteous angel sword. For thousands of years, she has beaten the demon queen Liang Bing countless times. Now, even if Liang Bing has upgraded to the 5th generation divine body, what does it matter? Keisha believes that he can still beat her. This is the confidence from the King of Angel. Hey, Keisha, do you think I am still the same as I was back then? Quote. I am now the 5th generation divine body. Now, Keisha, prepare to face the wrath of my mother for so many years. Quote. Liang Bing sneered, and with a snap, she shattered Keisha's angel sword weapon with a whip. Keisha was shocked. She didn't expect that Liang Bing, who had upgraded to the 5th generation divine body, would be so fast. Buzz. She wanted to condense her angel sword again, but unexpectedly, Liang Bing's sinful figure flashed and came to Keisha in an instant. Then, in Keisha's unbelievable eyes, Liang Bing just smiled slightly, and instantly banned all the abilities of Keisha's sacred body. Bang! Liang Bing punched Keisha's lower abdomen fiercely, almost making the latter vomit bitter water. Morgana, you. Quote. Feeling the disappearance of most of her divine body's abilities, Keisha was in disbelief. However, before she could come to her senses, Liang Bing's fists followed. She fought like a primary school student. She sat on Keisha's belly, pressed Keisha to the floor, and punched Keisha in the face one after another without mercy. Damn bitch, I told you to hunt me down. Quote. Bang, I told you to kill my men. Quote. Bang, I told you not to accept my philosophy. Quote. Bang, I told you to be arrogant. I told you to be arrogant, and to treat me as a heretic. I'll beat you to death. Quote. Bang, bang. Liang Bing punched Keisha in the face one after another, and didn't stop until she was bruised and swollen. The pursuit for thousands of years. The hatred between sisters for thousands of years. All of them were vented in Liang Bing. It must be said that Liang Bing really had a great grudge against her sister, Keisha. She didn't stop even when Bai Yi called her. She just beat up Keisha, whose power was banned. And Keisha, who had lost her sacred body and computing power, could only let the latter continue to beat her. She had no power to resist at all. Queen Keisha. Quote. The angels who saw this scene were all dumbfounded. Their eyes were extremely dull, and their beautiful eyes were wide open. They obviously couldn't believe what they saw. In the hearts of these angels, Holy Keisha was the strongest in the universe, the most powerful angel king, and the king of gods. However, today, the Queen Keisha, whom they admired so much, was beaten by Morgana without any ability to fight back. This almost broke the faith of the angels. No, this is impossible. How could Queen Keisha be killed by the devil? Quote. No, I must be dreaming, I don't believe it. Angel Leng's emotions collapsed, and she kept shaking her head, trying to deceive her heart. However, the scene in front of her told her that all the plots that happened were true. The Queen Keisha, whom they loved and admired the most, was indeed beaten on the floor by the demon Queen Morgana. Even Keisha's most proud sacred body could not repair the injuries on her face. Bai Yi wanted to call Liang Bing, but seeing the latter fighting so happily, Bai Yi was too lazy to call her, but instead crossed his arms and watched the scene silently. At this time, Yan, who was tied with iron chains, came over. She looked at Keisha, who was bruised and swollen on the ground, and felt a little distressed. She said to Bai Yi, Lord Bai Yi, I know Morgana listens to you, tell her to stop beating. What are the conditions? Quote. Bai Yi glanced at Yan and said with interest. I promise you, I can be your maid. Yan's pretty face turned red, and she said in a low voice. Since that kind of thing has happened. Yan also followed her heart. She knew very well that the gap between her and Bai Yi could not be made up until the day her life ran out. Although Yan longed for the love like the cowherd and the weaver girl. But now, for the safety of Queen Kesha, it seems that there is no way. In this case, then she will sacrifice herself to save Queen Kesha. What's more, Yan secretly glanced at Bai Yi. Anyway, this powerful male god in front of her is so handsome, it's not a loss. Really. Quote. Bai Yi looked at the shy Yan and found it very interesting. He waved his hand, and in an instant, all the chains tied to Yan turned into purple light and disappeared. Yan had never seen such a method before, and couldn't help but widen her beautiful eyes, opened her mouth slightly, and looked at Bai Yi in disbelief. Lord Bai Yi, what is this? Yan asked curiously. At this moment, Bai Yi has become a mysterious synonym in her heart. The power of destruction, a supreme rule power in the universe. Bai Yi said lightly. The power of destruction. Yan opened her cherry lips. She had never heard of this kind of power. It has never been recorded in Angel's Knowledge Treasure House. That is to say, the power displayed by Bai Yi is very likely not from the known universe, but from the unknown universe outside the known universe. You don't need to know so much. Bai Yi said lightly. He waved his hand, come here. Quote. Yes. Quote. Hearing this, Yan's beautiful face flashed a trace of humiliation, but she could only nod. She walked to Bai Yi's side. Bai Yi stretched out his hand and hugged her waist. Yan's face turned red, but she could only give up resisting obediently. Her beautiful eyes secretly glanced at Bai Yi's handsome face without any blind spots. Suddenly, I felt that it seemed that being a maid of this powerful male god was not bad. Chapter 64 Yan takes the initiative to kiss and defeats Queen Angel. Ding. Group member Keisha is a bitch, congratulations on successfully completing the group task. Get a bonus of 10 million points. Closing square bracket. Liang Bing's side. After beating Keisha up, Liang Bing's mind also heard the notification sound of the chat group system. 10 million huge points. Instantly credited. Liang Bing, who was in a very happy mood, got up from Keisha's bruised face. Entered the chat group and sent everyone a group red envelope of 500,000 points. Ding. Group member Keisha is a bitch sent a group red envelope. Closing square bracket. Konoha Dance King got the red envelope. Closing square bracket. Dakan Zulong got the red envelope. Closing square bracket. Yotani Miko got the red envelope. Closing square bracket. Universe Overlord Boros. Close black lens bracket. Captain of the 5th Division. Closing square bracket. Opening square bracket. Closing square bracket. Dakan Zulong. 666. Quote. Dakan Zulong. I actually got 100,000 points, Queen Tianchi. Quote. Yotani Miko. +1+1. Quote. Yotani Miko. Master Zulong, I also got 100,000 points, the masters are so generous. Thank you, Queen Master. Quote. Super invincible beauty. Aqua. Damn, how could this goddess have such bad luck to get 10,000 points? Quote. Su Xiao Xiao. Boss Aqua, isn't it normal that you have bad luck? Quote. Super beautiful. Aqua. This goddess has been the lucky queen. Quote. Su Xiao Xiao. Is this true? But isn't luck and intelligence proportional in your world? Quote. Super beautiful. Aqua. What do you mean, are you praising this goddess for her high IQ? Ha ha ha. Actually, it's not that high. Don't think I'll be happy if you praise me, ha ha ha. Quote. Su Xiao Xiao. Universe Overlord Boros, MDZZ. Quote. Konoha Dance King, MDZZ. Quote. Dakan Zulong, +1. Quote. 5 Division Captain, 050, +1. Quote. Su Xiao Xiao, +1. Quote. Yotani Miko, add. Forget it, interrupt the repetition. Quote. Super invincible beauty. Aqua. What do you bastards mean? Quote. Su Xiao Xiao. It's okay, Aqua, everyone is praising you as a genius. Quote. Super invincible beauty. Aqua. Huh, really? Actually, you're not that talented, ha ha ha. Quote. Chatting crowd. Quote. Okay, Su Xiao Xiao, you can just tease the fool. Super God World. On Sky Blade No. 7. Ha ha ha. Quote. Keisha, you bitch, I didn't expect you to have this day, did you? Quote. After beating Keisha up, Liang Bing was in a great mood at the moment. She grabbed the collar of Kesha's armor and pulled Kesha up from the floor. How is it, Kesha? It must be uncomfortable to be beaten, right? Quote. Liang Bing said happily. Kesha didn't say anything, but stared at her with a terrible look. Tisk. It's already this time, and you're still pretending, you bitch, who are you pretending for? Quote. Liang Bing was a little unhappy, and slapped Kesha's face hard again. What I hate most is this expression of yours. Quote. Snap, snap, snap. Liang Bing slapped Kesha a few more times, and didn't stop until Kesha's pretty face was swollen. Queen Kesha. Quote. All the angels couldn't bear to look directly at it, turned their heads in pain, and closed their eyes. They really didn't want to see the queen who was high above them in their minds being humiliated like this. Snap. Liang Bing slapped her again. Speak up, you bitch. What are you pretending to be? Speak to me. Quote. If you say, Queen Morgana is the greatest, and make me happy, maybe I will let you go. Liang Bing said with a sneer. Morgana. Quote. At this time, Keisha's golden hair had been beaten to a mess. Her beautiful eyes glared at Liang Bing fiercely. If I don't die for the humiliation today, I will repay it 100-fold in the future. Keisha gritted her teeth were about to break. Tisk. Quote. Liang Bing pinched her chin with great disdain. Although I know that you will never be able to take revenge in this life, there is one thing you said that is right. Liang Bing said disdainfully. Keisha looked at her in confusion. B6. Quote. You will definitely have this process. Quote. Liang Bing suddenly smiled evilly and turned to look at Bai Yi who was watching the show on the side. Are you right, my dear husband Tilda? Liang Bing suddenly said sweetly. The tone of this voice gave all the angels present goosebumps. Was this voice really made by Morgana, the demon queen? Bai Yi smiled. He thought Liang Bing was really interesting. Fortunately, he took her in. Otherwise, with her lawless nature, after getting the golden finger of the chat group, she might cause trouble. Lord Bai Yi, can Morgana let Queen Kesha go? Quote. Yan saw Kesha's miserable appearance, and said to Bai Yi with a pain in his heart. As he said that, in order to increase the bargaining chips. Yan also took the initiative to kiss Bai Yi on the corner of his mouth, just to let Bai Yi let Kesha go. This scene, it can be said that all the angels almost dropped their jaws. Even Liang Bing couldn't help but give Bai Yi a thumbs up. He was able to conquer the thunder god so easily. He really deserves to be her husband, and he easily did what others couldn't do. In the entire known universe, Bai Yi is the first one who can conquer the thunder god. Bai Yi looked at Yan deeply. The latter was an old driver, but she didn't feel shy. Instead, she looked at Bai Yi, affectionately. Liang Bing, let Keisha go. Bai Yi waved his hand, which was considered to be agreeing to Yan's request. Husband, you are a stinky guy who loves new things and hates old things. I haven't had enough fun yet. Liang Bing said with some dissatisfaction. Then do you want me to do it myself? Bai Yi said lightly. You value beauty over your wife. Liang Bing was unhappy, but still put Keisha down depressedly and untied the restraints of Keisha's sacred body. As the restrictions of the sacred body were untied, Keisha's thoughts moved. With a buzzing sound, the injuries on her face and body were instantly healed. Soon, the bruises and scars on Keisha's face also disappeared completely. Damn bitch. Don't be so proud. When your husband gets tired of it, I will kill you sooner or later. Liang Bing returned to Bai Yi's side. When she came over, she didn't forget to glare at Yan fiercely, cursing. Seeing this, Yan was not annoyed, but smiled at her provocatively, and held Bai Yi's arms tighter. Liang Bing was so angry that she almost chopped her on the spot. Huh. After recovering from her injuries, Keisha exhaled deeply and looked at Bai Yi with a strange look. Lord Bai Yi, I should be able to call you that. Quote. Keisha walked in front of Bai Yi, her golden hair was a little messy. At this moment, she had completely lost the momentum and majesty of the King of Angels. Instead, she looked like a humiliated loser. I want to know, where are you from? Keisha looked at Bai Yi and asked. The universe outside the universe. Bai Yi crossed his arms and said lightly. The universe outside the universe. Quote. Keisha was stunned when she heard this. She wanted to ask for more information, but was interrupted by Bai Yi waving his hand just as she was about to speak. Before that, I want you to surrender. Quote. Bai Yi walked in front of Keisha, looked down at her eyes, and spoke lightly. What? Keisha was a little confused. She didn't understand what Bai Yi meant. What does it mean to ask her to surrender? Hasn't she just been defeated? You don't need to know, just treat it as completing a task. Quote. You just need to say, I admit defeat. Of course, you can also choose to fight me. Bai Yi said. According to the rules of the group task triggered by Liang Bing just now. He is currently in the super god world, so he can naturally complete it. I understand. Quote. Keisha nodded, feeling very happy. But she also knew that she was not Bai Yi's opponent. Therefore, for the safety of the captured angels around, Keisha finally lowered her proud head. She took a deep breath, then looked into Bai Yi's eyes and slowly said, I, Holy Keisha, the Queen of Mellow Heaven, admit defeat. Quote. Very good. Quote. Bai Yi nodded with satisfaction, and in Keisha's humiliated expression, his slender index finger brushed across her cherry lips. Bai Yi's eyes were full of interest, as if he was appreciating a perfect work of art. At this time, the system prompt sound of the chat group also reached Bai Yi's mind. Ding! Dear Gods of Destruction Bai Yi, congratulations, you have successfully completed the Super God World Group task and received a reward of *10 million points. Closing square bracket. Tongzi, use the 10,000 times points card. Quote. Bai Yi retracted his hand and said in his mind. Ding! Master. The 10,000 times points card was used successfully. Closing square bracket. Congratulations, the group task points reward *10,000 times. The total points reward *100 billion. Closing square bracket. Hearing the system prompt sound, Bai Yi checked his attribute panel in his mind. Host. Bai Yi. Race. Perfect Legend Saiyan only. Normal combat power. 10 Jing. Ultimate combat power. 80 Z. 5 forms with 800 million times increase. Closing parenthesis closing square bracket. Energy. Destructive power. Legend Saiyan energy. Skills. Ultra Instinct. Perfect enhanced version of instant transmission. Destructive energy. Closing square bracket. Warehouse. Space-time power. Points. 200 billion. Closing square bracket. Number of sign-ins. 0. You can sign in once in each world. Overall strength rating. Above Gods of Destruction, below Angel. Closing square bracket. Back to the real world. Keisha humiliated and let Bai Yi touch her face, her beautiful eyes full of resentment, wishing to bite Bai Yi to death. To be honest, if there were not dozens of high-level angels at this moment, Keisha would definitely fight Bai Yi to the death. Why are you doing this? Quote. Keisha really couldn't stand Bai Yi's humiliation, she asked angrily. What are you asking? Bai Yi said. You destroyed those dozen civilizations, didn't you? Why did you do that? Keisha scolded. When she came just now, she had learned all the results of the matter from Yan's secret communication. The destruction of the dozen civilizations she discovered in the Angel Nebula was caused by Bai Yi. That little maid also asked your question. You can ask her. Bai Yi shrugged. This meaningless question is really boring. Bai Yi was too lazy to answer. Does destruction need a reason? What does it have to do with you to destroy you? Bai Yi is the gods of destruction, standing at the top of the universe. He naturally does whatever he wants. It's just the destruction of a dozen civilizations. He didn't destroy the entire galaxy. It was enough to make the natives of the super god world thank him for his mercy. Little maid. Keisha was stunned. When she saw Yan, who looked embarrassed, walk to Bai Yi's side, Keisha was numb. Yan, you. Quote. Keisha looked at Angel Yan in disbelief. Queen, he promised me that as long as I become her maid, he will not hurt you. Yan lowered his head, embarrassed. We Angel are not afraid of death. Keisha said hatefully. But, Queen, Mellow Heaven can't be without you, nor can it be without them. Yan said seriously, and strengthened his determination. Quote. Quote. Keisha was silent. Suddenly, she suddenly looked at Bai Yi and said, I have a question, I hope you can answer it seriously. Yes, if it's interesting, I can consider answering it. Bai Yi still had an indifferent expression. What does the universe outside the universe look like? Keisha asked. It's so big that it's beyond your imagination. Bai Yi said lightly. I want to know, are you the strongest in your universe? Quote. Keisha took a deep breath and asked again. She also had some curiosity about the universe where Bai Yi was. What do you think? This time Bai Yi did not answer, but asked back. I think you are, Keisha said with certainty. Because she had never seen a god as powerful as Bai Yi. In front of Bai Yi, no matter how she analyzed with her computing power, she could not get any information. Bai Yi gave her a feeling that was even more terrifying than Morgana, who had been upgraded to the 5th generation of divine body. That's it, Bai Yi said indifferently. The last question. Quote. Queen Angel, you have too many questions. Bai Yi interrupted her and stretched out his hand to gently pinch her chin. Keisha's pretty face was extremely humiliated, and there seemed to be crystal tears in her beautiful eyes. Even if her sacred body was not sealed now, she did not dare to resist. She was afraid that Bai Yi would destroy all the angels present if he was unhappy. I just want to ask one last question, Keisha said with a trembling voice. Okay, but the premise of asking questions is conditional. Quote. What condition? Quote. You will know in a moment, you can ask now. Quote. Keisha's mood at the moment is very complicated and very uneasy. This kind of emotion is the first time she has appeared in tens of thousands of years. Bai Yi, what is your purpose in coming to our universe? Keisha asked seriously. Ha ha ha. Keisha, your question is really stupid. Quote. Before Bai Yi opened his mouth, Liang Bing, who had been watching the show for a long time, slowly walked over. She hugged Bai Yi's arm very familiarly, looked at the humiliated Keisha, and said coquettishly. The reason why my husband came to our universe is of course to have fun tilde. Don't you think so, husband tilde? Liang Bing looked at Bai Yi delicately. Bai Yi nodded. Have fun. Keisha was stunned. It was the first time she heard such a weird reason. Yes, to be honest, it was not me who brought my husband in, Liang Bing said again. Morgana, it was you. Quote. Keisha gritted her teeth, her beautiful eyes full of anger. Of course it was me. When you damn bitches drove me out of Angel Nebula, you should have thought of this result today. Quote. I might as well tell you Keisha, he, my husband, is the supreme god from another universe. His power can even destroy a universe. Quote. Of course, you don't need to know these things, because you are finished now. Keisha. Quote. After Liang Bing finished speaking, she waved her jade hand and instantly blocked all of Keisha's abilities. Then, she turned off the group live broadcast and gave Bai Yi a meaningful look. Bai Yi smiled faintly. In Keisha's extremely humiliating eyes, he slowly stepped forward. Achievement achieved, the defeated Angel King. Chapter 65, Grim Reaper Carl with green hair. Special conditions for the King of Angels. Super God Universe. Styx Galaxy, Death Song Academy. What? A mysterious main god came to the known universe. Holy Keisha was defeated. Quote. How is this possible? Quote. After learning this news from the dark communication of the Angel Channel, the Death God Carl was shocked. At this time, he was devoted to the study of the void as usual. However, today, after learning the news that the Angel King Holy Keisha was defeated, even he was shocked to the point of almost dropping his jaw. Holy Keisha actually lost. This kind of thing is a fantasy no matter how you think about it. After all, Holy Keisha is the strongest in the known universe. Even if he has become a phantom now, he dare not provoke Holy Keisha. But the news he intercepted from the dark communication will not be wrong. In other words, Holy Keisha, whose combat power stands at the top of the known universe, was really defeated by an unknown Lord God. The mysterious Lord God who defeated Holy Keisha came from an unknown universe. It's really tricky. Quote. What is his purpose in making such a big fuss? Quote. The dozen civilizations that suddenly disappeared in that galaxy a few days ago should also be done by him. Quote. Death God Carl sat in his chair, touching his chin, thinking silently. He suddenly thought of the dozen civilizations that suddenly disappeared a few days ago. He didn't pay much attention at that time. But now it seems that the dozen destroyed civilizations were also done by the mysterious Lord God. Does he have the same universe concept as me? Death God Carl thought. He also destroyed all life on several planets. Just for his research. Now the behavior of the mysterious Lord God is exactly the same as his. This made him wonder if there is a possibility of cooperation between him and the mysterious Lord God. Maybe I should contact Morgana. She should know some information about the defeat of Holy Kesha. Death Carl muttered to himself. He stood up from the chair, his dark blue robe covering his face. As always, he hacked into Liang Bing's dark communication channel, wanting to discuss something with Liang Bing. Then, he broke apart. The whole person broke apart. He saw Bai Yi sitting on the chair, Liang Bing sitting on Bai Yi, and Holy Kesha tied up from the dark communication. Holy Kesha's holy body seemed to be band 22. Because she was tied up, she couldn't even break free from a small rope. The three people didn't do anything out of the ordinary at this time. They were all dressed neatly. But Death Carl's face turned green. He saw Liang Bing and Bai Yi kissing, and it was Liang Bing who took the initiative. Seeing this scene, Death Carl's heart almost broke apart. An indescribable jealousy and anger filled his heart. Quote, Death Carl was angry and jealous, and in the end he could only turn into a deep sigh. There is no doubt that he likes Liang Bing. This kind of liking has gone beyond secret love. Since he met Liang Bing, Qishui has always been the white moonlight in his mind. Although later, he transformed himself into a phantom and completely separated from the angel civilization. His research on death has reached a crazy level. However, he still has some unrealistic attachment and fantasy about Liang Bing in his heart. Therefore, after seeing this scene today, Death God Carl seemed like a pure love war god who was bullied. His heart almost broke, and the whole person almost broke. The pure love war god of death Carl silently looked at Liang Bing, who was having a passionate conversation with Bai Yi, and sighed a breath that lasted for 30,000 years. He did not choose to disturb. Instead, he chose to respect silently, even though he was extremely jealous. He even wanted to kill the man who was kissing Liang Bing. At this moment, he turned back into the ruthless and desireless death god Carl. Suddenly, he had the idea of destroying the entire universe. This universe, it really is not destroyed. Death God Carl did not want to contact Liang Bing anymore. He estimated that he would never contact her again in the future. His heart was completely dead, along with his body. The Lord God who defeated Holy Kesha, is he. Death God Carl finally looked at Bai Yi deeply again. Then he planned to turn off the dark communication. However, at this moment, in the dark communication screen, Bai Yi, who was kissing Liang Bing, glanced at him indifferently. This look, it seemed to have crossed countless galaxies, and Death God Carl's scalp was numb. He saw me. Death God Carl was shocked. In Bai Yi's eyes, it seemed that all his secrets disappeared. The next moment, Bai Yi's words instantly confirmed his thoughts. Death God Carl. Interesting, you are quite courageous. Bai Yi moved Liang Bing away from his body and talked to Death God Carl in the air. Damn, husband, what are you doing? I am kissing you vigorously. Being pushed away by Bai Yi, Liang Bing was a little dissatisfied and cursed. She wanted to sit on Bai Yi's lap again and continue to kiss Bai Yi. But Bai Yi stopped her. Old husband. In the Death Song Academy, hearing this name, Death God Carl was all it split again. He suddenly felt a little pain in his heart. Husband, Liang Bing, you actually call him husband. Seeing that he was discovered by Bai Yi, Carl no longer hid himself. He took the initiative to talk to Liang Bing and questioned her. Liang Bing was his white moonlight. However, his white moonlight was like a submissive little woman in front of others. This indescribable feeling made it difficult for Death God Carl to keep his composure. Fuck you. Death God Carl, you are a sultry man, and you come to harass me again. Plus fuck. I said I'm not interested in you, a dead pervert. If Xingyu has no place to vent, go find a Mother Teoti to vent yourself. The moment the secret communication of the god of death Carl was exposed, Liang Bing was furious. She put her hands on her waist, pointed at the nose of the god of death Carl and cursed him. Fuck your uncle's god of death Carl. Don't contact me again. I'm afraid my husband will misunderstand. Liang Bing sat on Bai Yi's legs and hugged Bai Yi's neck. Quote dot 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 dot. Quote. Death Karl didn't know how to explain, and finally he could only sigh deeply. Looking at Liang Bing's angry expression. Finally, he took the initiative to hang up the secret communication. No more contact, he will never contact Liang Bing again in the future. Sure enough, it's better for the universe to be destroyed. The pure love god of war, Karl the god of death, has turned evil again. If he knows the guy who said, "No one loves Lin more than me," maybe the two of them can join forces. By the way, they can communicate about the condition. On Sky Blade No. 7. In the room. Karl the god of death. Did he contact you? Keisha, who was tied up, also heard the conversation between Liang Bing and Karl the god of death. Yeah, that's the guy who has nowhere to vent in Xingyu. Damn it. That pervert almost made my husband misunderstand me. Sooner or later, I'm going to kill him. Liang Bing said while sitting on Bai Yi's thigh. Keisha blushed when she heard Liang Bing's vulgar words. She suddenly knew why Bai Yi strictly forbade Liang Bing to swear when they stayed up late to work overtime. After all, at that time, suddenly saying, "fuck, it really affects people's interest." During these days, what should have happened has happened, and what shouldn't have happened has also happened. As the loser, Keisha must suffer the punishment of defeat. Of course, there is also the defeat settlement page. In the overtime and battles of the past few days, Keisha is like Liang Bing before. The fourth generation of divine body almost couldn't hold it. And Liang Bing, who has upgraded to the fifth generation of divine body, naturally has a divine body that is not comparable to Keisha's fourth generation divine body. Therefore, in the process of exploring the truth and staying up late to fight overtime, the high and mighty angel king, Holy Keisha, is often the one bullied by the two. All rolled their eyes. Lord Bai Yi, how did you find that guy, the god of death Karl? Keisha looked at Bai Yi, who was sitting on the chair, and asked curiously. All the planets in your universe are under my surveillance, what do you think? Bai Yi said lightly. As the supreme god of the universe, he has this ability. Moreover, under the terrifying ability of the enhanced version of instant transmission, no matter which universe, as long as Bai Yi descends, he can reach any planet in the universe in an instant. Even, as long as there is energy fluctuation. Bai Yi can be accurate to the level of people. Is that so? Quote, are all gods of destruction as terrifying as you? Keisha looked at Bai Yi deeply, feeling extremely complicated. No, I am the only exception. Bai Yi said. Honey, do you know where the sultry man Karl the god of death is? I want to go over and kill him. In case he comes to harass me again. Liang Bing suddenly said. When she thought that her interest was disturbed just now, she felt very unhappy. She wanted to kill the sultry man Karl the god of death. You want to kill him? Bai Yi asked. Yes, I have been unhappy with that perverted sultry man for a long time. Liang Bing said angrily. Death god Karl is an illusion, his soul has reached the point of immortality. Morgana, are you sure your fifth generation divine body can kill him? Keisha said. The technology mastered by death god Karl is not much inferior to that of angel civilization. Before, Keisha also wanted to kill death god Karl. However, she failed. So, if there is a chance to kill death god Karl, Keisha will not let it go. Because she also wants to kill death god Karl. After all, that madman is too harmful to the super god universe. Even more harmful than Bai Yi, the gods of destruction. Yes, after in-depth communication in the past few days, Keisha also figured out Bai Yi's personality. He is indeed just a simple fun person. As long as you can bring him fun, he will not embarrass you. On the contrary, he feels quite easy to talk to. Maybe it's because of her perfect face and body. Thinking of this, Keisha couldn't help but secretly glance at Bai Yi, and her pretty face blushed. If the various civilizations in the universe knew about the appearance of Holy Keisha, they would probably be so shocked that their eyes would fall out. The King of Angels would actually blush. I can't kill him, but my husband is still here, right? Liang Bing hugged Bai Yi's neck, kissed him on the corner of his mouth, and said sweetly, Husband, you should be able to kill the sultry man Karl, the god of death, right? Yes. If you want, I can go over and destroy him now, but it requires conditions. Bai Yi said with a smile. Liang Bing rolled her eyes at him. An expression of, I know it. Lord Bai Yi, I can agree to your conditions. What surprised Bai Yi a little was that before Liang Bing, the demon queen, spoke, Kesha on the side spoke first. Really? You should know my conditions, right? Bai Yi smiled faintly. I understand, no matter what the conditions are, I will agree, as long as you can kill Karl, the god of death, and not destroy the angel civilization. Kesha said seriously. She has made up her mind. The power and terror of this god before them is definitely not something that their angel civilization can resist. In that case, then why not join him and obey his will? Although this behavior is a bit against their angel's concept of justice. But, as long as this man is happy to serve, feed the tiger with one's own body. This should also be a kind of justice, right? Anyway, this man is just a fun person. As long as he is happy to serve, he is still easy to talk to. Their angel's concept of justice can also continue in the universe. Keisha 220 is very open-minded. Of course, the main reason is that Bai Yi is handsome enough and strong enough, completely different from the ugly group headed by Hua Yi. Otherwise, Keisha would have exploded and died with Bai Yi. Interesting, King of Angel, remember what you said just now. Quote. Bai Yi said lightly, waved his hand, and the rope on Keisha's body instantly turned into purple light and dissipated. The next moment. With a whoosh, in the surprised eyes of Liang Bing and Keisha, Bai Yi's figure disappeared instantly. And in an instant, Bai Yi directly crossed countless galaxies and appeared in front of Death God Karl in an instant. At this time, the Death Song Academy. With a green light on his head, Death God Karl was thinking about how to destroy the universe. When Bai Yi appeared in front of him, Death God Karl was numb. It's you, the mysterious Lord God. Quote. How is this possible? How did you appear here? How could such a thing be done with the highest civilization technology in the universe? Quote. Death God Karl was extremely shocked. Bai Yi's sudden appearance dealt a great blow to his entire academic outlook. As the saying goes, when rivals meet, they are particularly jealous. Although Death God Karl told himself in his heart that he had let it go. But the moment Bai Yi appeared, his emotions still became visibly angry. Jealousy. He was really jealous of Bai Yi. Liang Bing was his white moonlight for 30,000 years. However, the white moonlight bicycle that he wanted to protect with all his heart was pedaled by Bai Yi when he stood up. Thinking of this scene, pure love god of war Death God Karl's heart was broken. Someone asked me to come and destroy you, so it's a pity. Quote. Bai Yi ignored the cannibalistic look of the god of death Karl and slowly stretched out a hand. 5 fingers spread out. Purple light slowly condensed. Who is it? Is it that guy of holy Kesha? The god of death Karl gritted his teeth. Well, you missed one. Quote. Bai Yi had some bad taste, as if he wanted to see the reaction of the god of death Karl. Is it Liang Bing? How is it possible? Quote. How could Liang Bing want to kill me? Impossible. The god of death Karl couldn't believe it. Nothing is impossible. Quote. Bai Yi shrugged, not caring about the reaction of the god of death Karl. Even if Liang Bing wants to kill me, so what? I am an illusion, no one in the universe can kill me. Quote. The god of death Karl has given up and recognized the reality. Really Tilda? Bai Yi smiled indifferently. That's really a pity, after all, you met me. Quote. 5 fingers spread out. Buzz. In the eyes of the god of death Karl who couldn't believe it. His body, his phantom, his soul and consciousness. Instantly, they turned into purple starlight and dissipated in the air. Swoosh. The next second, Bai Yi returned to the room on Sky Blade No. 7. Then, fulfill your conditions. Angels.